prayer. Surely I turn myself to thee, O Lord, striving to get right to you, the rich man of heavens and earth, and I'm not from among the poverties. Surely my prayer, my sacrifice, my life, and my death are all for the Lord, Lord of all the worlds. Your associates has even this uncommanded, those who see it. O Lord, thou art the King. There is no God but thee. Thou art my Lord, and I am thy servant. I have been greatly unjust to myself, and I confess my faults. So grant me protection against all my faults, but none can grant protection against faults with thee. And guide me to the best of moments, when none can guide to the best of moments with thee. And turn away from me the evil and indecent moments, when none can turn away the evil and indecent moments with thee. O Lord, make Muhammad successful, and make the true followers of Muhammad successful. Is thou to make Abraham and the true followers of Abraham successful? Surely thou art praiseworthy and magnify thy name. O Lord, bless Muhammad. Bless the true followers of Muhammad. Is thou to bless Abraham and the true followers of Abraham? Surely thou art praiseworthy and magnify thy name. You may be seated. I'd like to begin in the name of Allah, who never seen the merciful. I bear witness that there is no God but Allah. We thank him for his intervening in our affairs in the person of Master Quran Muhammad, the great Capt. And we thank him for leaving the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, who we recognize as the exalted and risen Christ. And we thank those two for leaving in our list, the Honorable Principals Farrakhan. It is in their names I'd like to greet you, family, in the greeting words of peace. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, sir.
Hey, wasn't the brother who I was talking about, he right across the street. Another block.
I'm very thankful to be here today and thankful that you all made it in a timely manner. Most of our people are probably going to be a little late as it's been a very, appears to be a fatal accident right down the street where they blocked off all the traffic. So we thank Allah that we were able to make it, and prayers are with that brother that's lying on the side of the street. Hopefully he didn't lose his life. Moving right along, for those of you that did make it, you are in the best place you could be today. I mean, there's a lot that you could have been doing, but you chose to be here in the humble house of Muhammad.
That's right, brother.
In this day and time at this very hour. And I would go on to say that you made the best decision today.
That's right.
Because in the city of Savannah, you're in the best place that you can possibly be at this hour.
That's right.
Or wherever you are on the planet. Muhammad's mosque or Muhammad's study group is the best place you could be at 11 o'clock on Sunday morning.
That's right.
The reason why I said that is because we have an uncompromising truth. We have an uncompromising truth that is, if it is accepted by the black man and the black woman of America, it will liberate us from our 400-year-old open enemy and oppressor.
That's right.
There is no other truth on the planet that will liberate us from our 400-year-old open enemy and oppressor.
That's true.
Other than the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. This is why the Honorable Principal Farrakhan is hated. This is why the Nation of Islam and this body of knowledge and wisdom that we contain is hated and fought against each and every day by the powers that be. It is because it is knowledge, if accepted, will liberate the once slave. Is that right?
That's right.
We were chattel slaves in America for 310 years. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
We built the capital of the United States. We built all the mansions over in Beaufort, South Carolina, and Hilton Head that are facing towards the east. Is that right?
That's right.
In fact, we built the entire American economy off of our strong labor, working can't see morning to can't see night in the cotton fields of Mississippi, Georgia, and Alabama. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
You know the slaves didn't earn a wage. There wasn't no such thing as a minimum wage for a slave. You know that, right? We built the American economy.
That's right.
And today, America looks at us as if we are the dregs of society.
That's right.
They look at us with disdain and hatred, and they just want us to disappear. Is that right?
Yes, sir. That's
After
right.
we have done so much for the greatest nation on the face of the planet.
That's right.
Now, we talk that great don't necessarily mean
Good. That's
but
right.
she's great. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
She has a lot of airplanes that could take you to your destination in a quick amount of time. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And America is great now. There's a lot of things that's great about America,
That's
but
right.
she's not necessarily good.
That's right.
We got power 24 hours a day. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Some countries don't have power 24 hours a day. When you flush the toilet, it usually works. Is that right?
That's right.
And if it doesn't, you can call Roto-Rooter, huh? A drain man.
Drain man.
So it's some luxuries about America that we really like.
Yes, sir.
But what black people don't understand is that we help America to become great.
That's right.
We help their banking system, is that right? We help the system of trade and commerce, but the black man can't catch a break in America.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Oh, you got to get your education. You
That's
got
what
to
they
work
say.
real hard.
Right.
You got to do, but you didn't do that.
That's right.
Black man stole 2.3 billion acres of land in something called a homestead
Yeah, that.
exemption.
That's right.
I'm kind of off.
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
I need to be talking about the flag. And why the brothers sit on one side and the sisters on the other.
Yes, sir.
That's
But
all
they
right.
have us thinking though that if we just work hard,
Yes, sir.
if you just get a good education,
That's right.
if you act a little more like white folks,
Mm.
right.
cut the dreads off,
Right.
Yeah.
pull the pants up,
Right.
no gold teeth,
Right.
no tattoos, if
Right.
you be a little more like Tom,
Right.
if you be a little more like Chad and Prescott, then maybe we'll hire you on one of our jobs. Maybe
Right.
we'll allow you to be the head nigger in charge. Well, we really running things like Obama is. You understand what I'm saying? But they say if you do that, then you can succeed. If you can just fit in, if you can just toot your big behind in a little bit, you know?
Yeah, that's right.
If your lips wasn't so thick, if your nose wasn't so broad,
Right.
if you just wasn't so dark, then
Right.
you can fit in.
Yeah.
You can be like us.
That's right.
We'll give you a free membership to the country club, Rufus. You can come and play golf with me.
That's right.
But none of that works for the black man.
No, sir.
We have one every now and then that might slip through the cracks
Yeah.
like a Clarence Thomas.
Yeah.
But that don't work for the black man, is that right?
That's right.
So when the God came, he told us, he said, accept your own
That's right.
and be yourself. Is that right?
That's right.
But Islam allows us to be ourselves. Is that right?
That's right.
Once we accept our own.
That's right.
Well, what is our own? We were told our own
Is a righteous Muslim.
That's right.
Oh, black folk don't want to hear that.
Now they don't hear that.
Muslim. Oh, that's the ones in the news. That's the terrorists. They blowing up stuff. They killing this one and killing that one. Well, we don't know who's doing the killing.
That's right.
And even if they are killing, we can't outkill white folks. Is that right? I was watching this movie once before with John Lithgow. He said if you kill one man, they call you a murderer. But if you kill hundreds of thousands, they call you a conqueror.
That's right.
That's how the white man play. Is that right? If I had to kill somebody, they had you on the 6 o'clock news.
That's right.
But he go and kill thousands.
Thousands at a time.
They call it regime change. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Oh, Saddam Hussein, he was bad. We needed a regime change.
Right.
We need regime change in Syria. We need regime change in Iran. We need regime change in Yemen. Yeah, that's why these people blowing up people.
That's right.
That's why they killing folks.
That's right.
Because you trying to change a regime that's 9,000 miles. Leave these people alone.
That's right.
Well, what's wrong with the Muslim? You keep bothering them.
That's right.
what's
That
wrong
was
with
wrong.
them. Yeah,
right.
you keep bothering them. But yes, black man and black woman, our own is a righteous Muslim.
That's right, Brother
Yes,
Minister.
sir. Listen.
Jesus is a Muslim.
Yes,
I don't
sir.
say was, he
Is.
is a
Keep
Muslim.
showing
Is that
that.
right?
Yes, sir.
Moses is a Muslim.
That's right.
Because we know Muhammad is a Muslim. Is that right? But check us out. God himself
Come on.
is a Muslim.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
A
sir.
Muslim is simply one who submits their will to do the will of God.
That's right.
Come on.
Now, if we do that, if we submit our will to do the will of God, then we are Muslims, regardless of what we call ourselves.
That's right.
That's what we are. By definition, we are a Muslim. So we the strange folks in the
Yes,
black
sir.
community, huh? We the ones that don't eat no pork, don't drink no liquor. We didn't open up in Jesus' name, although we revere him.
That's right.
We respect him. We adore him.
Go ahead, Brother Minister.
We follow him.
Yes,
we
sir.
do the work of Jesus. Is
right.
that right?
That's right.
We ain't just talking about it. No. We doing the work. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
We go out into the highways and the byways. We go in the area around the church where the folks, the church, they scared to come outside the parking lot.
That's right.
We go right around the church where they're afraid to go in the community.
That's right.
And talk to the young brothers that would appear to be cutthroats. Huh?
Right
The
on time.
rejects. Yeah, that's the ones we want. If you can't reform them, give them to us.
That's right.
We have a foolproof program. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we want the ones that nobody can handle, nobody can do nothing with. Give them to us.
Yes, sir. That's right.
Yes, sir.
Every black man and black woman that go in prison, they have a brush with Islam, they come out better. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Society can't handle it. So the police got mace, they got tasers,
That's right.
they got handcuffs,
Right.
and of course you know they got them pistols on their hip.
Right.
Yes,
They
sir.
want us to whip out, Joe.
Right. They call you whip the children. They call defects on it. Huh? Defects come pick you up, Karen.
Yes,
Come
sir.
pick daddy up.
Right.
But let Ray get out of hand and in the street. We got something for Ray. I mean, we got all kind of stuff for Ray. Is that right?
That's right.
Junebug and them. Let them get out of hand. We gonna show what we do when you get out of hand. Lock us up for 30 years at a time. They even got our former police chief to send him to prison.
That's right.
That's right.
I was reading the newspaper,
Go ahead, Brother Minister.
and this white man talking about Willie Lovett. He was a member of this rape fraternal order, and he violated. I'm like, since when was it so great?
Yes, sir. That's
What did
right.
he violate?
That's
Do
right.
you know what black folk had to do to even be a policeman in Savannah?
That's right. Come
And
on,
then
take
they
that
had,
history.
they had it where black policemen couldn't even arrest white policemen, and all of a sudden the police force is just great.
Great, so
Or
great.
that Chief Lovett done violated. No, he did the same thing you've been doing, white.
That's right. That's right.
He just got a little. He just had a little amnesia.
That's right.
He didn't realize he couldn't do what the white man does. Is that right?
That's right.
In fact, when they do it, they call it white collar crime. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
As opposed to blue collar, black collar. When the black man do it, when we get caught with our hand in the cookie jar, it's something different.
right.
The Negro wasn't no good.
Yeah.
Oh, see, we give him the top spot, and he wasn't no good.
Mm.
Family, I'm not the keynote speaker. I done took up so much time.
Go ahead, Brother Minister. You the minister, brother.
But I'm not the keynote speaker today, though.
That's right.
I was trying to get to the flag, and
So much spirit.
something was taking me there. I was detoured. But baby, I don't have to do the flag today. I'm gonna let somebody else do that.
Yes,
But
sir.
family, let me just say this, and I'm gonna get off. The two worlds are clashing today.
That's right.
Between white and black.
That's right.
Muslim, I ain't gonna say Christian because most of these folks out here aren't Christians.
That's right. Teach on that,
They
brother.
say that they Christians, but they aren't Christians.
Yes, sir.
But the Muslim world is clashing with the known world, whatever this is.
Yeah.
This world, Satan's world.
That's right.
So, irregardless of how the Muslims get in the news, Almighty God, Allah is forcing it every day into the headlines.
That's right.
They said they killed somebody in Denmark today. One of these cartoonists.
That's right.
Mm.
Why don't they just start doing some Charlie Brown or something?
That's
Do
right. Go
something
back to
besides
that.
Prophet Muhammad. These people ain't playing.
That's right.
Why they keep doing that? I guess they love that.
Yes, sir.
But Allah is forcing the clash between the worlds. He's bringing Islam to the forefront. He's bringing it front and center. So now you got to take a look at it. And you know, white folks start talking about it, we tend to start paying attention.
That's right.
If it's on the news, every nigga paying attention. But
Mm-hmm.
they making their way around to the Honorable Louis Farrakhan.
Yes, sir.
See, because he is the one that is directly related to the black man and woman in America.
That's right.
You can't talk about Islam in America and not talk about Farrakhan.
That's right.
Because he is the most important and the most popular Muslim on the planet.
Yes, sir. Without a doubt.
Hands down. So they have to talk about the Honorable Louis Farrakhan, and once they start dealing with him, then black folk will start taking notice, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
I hope. And I hope because that's our only hope. You know, I was talking to a brother the other night. He was talking, you know, he buy some stock in Exxon Mobil. And you know, he was selling it pretty good now. You know, the stock done went down and, you know, it's a sale.
Yes, sir.
I'm thinking about it, I'm like, try that. You know,
Yes,
'cause
sir.
you know the gas prices going back up now.
Yes, sir.
I'm thinking about that thing. I said, man, no, see, that's investing in this world. That's investing in this white power structure. I look like a fool.
Go ahead, brother.
No, I'll invest my money in the economic blueprint. How
That's
about
right.
that? I will put my money with the Honorable Louis Farrakhan, and if I'm wrong, I'd rather die being wrong, going with the black man,
Go ahead.
than keep putting money in this pipe dream with this white man who has given us nothing but slavery,
Suffering and death.
for nearly 500 years.
That's right.
Let me bring on Brother Linus. Our brother, our low country minister. Let me just say this about Brother Linus. Brother Linus is a very unique and gifted brother, as always.
Yes, sir.
These brothers come behind me. I'm just winging it. I'll wait for the help. Now, Brother Linus is the help.
Yes, sir.
But he's a brother. When I first came to the mosque, long time ago, about 18 years ago now, I think. Ooh, Brother Linus was there when I showed up. When I came, Brother Linus, in fact about it, all these brothers, Brother Sheldon was there.
Yes, sir. My
Brother
minister.
James was there.
Yes, sir.
Brother Frank was there.
Yes, sir.
That's
Sister Angela was there.
Yes,
That's
sir.
right.
So I'm the new kid on the block.
Sir.
A unique brother and a very, very talented, spiritually gifted brother. And the nation was a different place back then.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
And I didn't necessarily understand Brother Linus back then.
You didn't understand me.
He was shrouded in mystery. You know? I understand it better today as I grow spiritually. Because
That's
back
right.
then, you know, we were young thoroughbred.
Yes,
That's
sir.
right.
24, you know, you know,
Yes, sir.
started papers under the
Yes,
arm,
sir.
on the street for 4 hours, sweating the suit out, you know, run your shoes
Yes,
over.
sir.
It was a different day, you know. So Brother Linus, he was light years ahead of his little brother, you know. We just wanted to go run something down and kill it, drag it back home. But I can say my brother had his eye on the bigger picture, the eye on the prize, so to speak. And as I grow, as I get older and tired, I'm trying to see the bigger picture and pace myself.
That's right.
Because this work will beat you down.
Yes, sir, brother.
It will literally kill you. I told my wife
That's right.
as we were at the International Trade Convention Center, and I was like, we were walking around, this is a nice spot for us to have Savings Day. My wife said, well, why don't you let Chicago know? I said, well, Savings Day will kill you. You bring it to Savannah, it will kill you, man. You know, when the minister came for a day and a half the last time, after he left, I was on my back for a week. I was darn near dead after a day and a half, so I know what Savings Day will do for me. So let me bring it, before I go any further, I had to do that, because, you know, we long with it. This is the only time I talk like this. Let me bring on our low country minister. Our brother, the brother got so many names. I told you he was shrouded in mystery. We call him Linus, huh? In the low country, they call him Keith. But if you go a little deeper now, they call him Neat. Go ahead. So please help me bring my brother on with a warm round of applause, Brother Linus Keith Neatly Muhammad.
Thank you, sir. Please. Let's give our minister another one. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, I bear witness that regardless of land or label or language, there is but one God. And that God has been called by so many names, brothers and sisters. But the Holy Quran teaches us that all good names belong to Allah.
Right.
So if you call him Jehovah, that's Allah.
That's right.
If you call him Elohim, that's Allah.
That's right.
If you call him Yahweh, that's Allah.
That's right.
If you mistakenly call him Jesus, that's a good name that belongs to Allah. So we thank Allah for all of his prophets that he sent. We thank him for Moses and the Torah, or what we commonly call the Old Testament. We thank him for Esau and the Injil, or gospel, or Jesus as you know him today, and what is called the New Testament. And we thank him for Prophet Muhammad and the Holy Quran. May peace and blessings be with them. But those of us who are here today and who have been waken up by the Most Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, we thank Almighty God Allah for coming to us in the person of Master Farad Muhammad and raising up the modern day Jesus among us today, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And we thank all of them for the man who probably woke us up, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. And in their names, I'd like to greet the beloved sisters and brothers in the greeting words of peace and paradise of Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam, sir.
First and foremost, I would like for everyone to give our local minister another warm round of applause. And on his behalf, I'd like to be the first to welcome you here to the house of Muhammad. The minister did not go into our flag, and he has the right to do as he pleases. So we'll take that opportunity to do it for him. But when you came in, for those of you who might be here for your first or second time, you were taken through a little small search procedure that might have made you uncomfortable to have someone search you. As we were coming here, me and my coworker, and I shared with her that she would go through a search procedure. I got a little wise comment back. And so I said, it'll be explained to you once you get there. But that search procedure is very important.
Yes, sir.
As you may know, and some of you may not know, when you come in here, you are entering into the nation of Islam.
That's right.
We didn't just make up that name.
That's right.
This is a nation.
Yes, sir.
And if you ever traveled overseas, or you came to, when you got ready to cross onto the line from one country to another, you're going to go through a search procedure.
That's right.
They're not going to let you walk up into their nation carrying a machine gun, hand grenades, or anything that you might want to carry in.
Right.
They have their laws and their customs. And when you come into their nation, they want you to abide by their laws and their customs.
That's right.
So they take you through a search procedure. You may not like it, but if you want to go into that country, you go along with it, don't you?
Yes, sir.
You don't put up nothing against someone's custom and his ways and his norms. That's disrespectful.
That's right.
And more importantly, it's against the law.
Yes, sir.
So you take it and you accept it and you learn to live by it. So when you come in here, you know, you coming into the nation of Islam. And so we take you through a small search procedure. Why do we do this? And what is the importance? Well, number one, we want to make sure that you are safe.
That's right.
Now, what's more important to you
Right.
than for you to be safe?
Right.
Right.
Does that
Yes, sir.
Then we go no further. That should be enough for you.
Right on time, sir.
That you be safe.
Yes, sir.
Number two, we want everyone else to be safe.
That's right.
And number three, we want to carry out a safe day.
That's right.
Now that should be enough.
That's smart.
But the greater principle of it all is that you learn that the search procedure is a very important procedure, and if it's used in every aspect of your life, I am telling you, you will be better off for it.
Yes, sir.
Most of us get into relationships that end up coming back to haunt us, sometime for the rest of our lives.
That's right.
And if we just had taken a little time and used the search procedure, I didn't know what I was going to say. But the brother minister, I guess that's why we got the minister, because he sets the pace. You know?
Mine's working.
Oh, that's my phone. I'm sorry. I forgot to turn it off. In fact, if you could bring here someone, I need that phone for my little short presentation. But thank you, sir. But 1 second, brothers and sisters. Let me quiet this. I'm so sorry. Somebody hold on to my point for me, because there was something else I wanted to say. All right, I got that interruption off. Now I'm going to go right back to where. Perfect. All right. Well, I was talking about the search procedure. Thank you. Yeah, that search procedure is so important. If we would take the time to search a little bit, to ask the right questions to that person that we met, and if we listen with our intellectual and analytical mind, rather than with our heart and full of emotion, then maybe we would make a better choice in who we spend or waste our time with. Because for most of us, it turns out to be a total waste of time. Why? Because we don't want to use the search procedure. We were never taught these things. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad is not a man that we should play with.
That's right.
And he's not a man that we should set to the side and not study. We are in what is called Black History Month.
That's right.
Now, we talked about this a little bit last week, but I like to say a few things this week.
Go ahead.
And I like to repeat that the way that we talk about history in America, it is a shame that we would even use the term Black history.
That's right.
We should go back to calling it what they originally stated when they first came up with the idea: Negro history week.
That's right.
They should keep it at that.
Yes, sir.
You're not learning Black history.
That's
it's
right.
Negro history.
That's right.
I'll tell you why.
Go ahead.
Because you're not learning anything about our history. Only thing you are talking about is some contribution to the white man's heaven that you made while you were a slave.
That's right.
You talk about how
That's
you
right.
picked this cotton. That ain't Black history. You talk about how you built his house. That ain't no Black history. You're talking about your slavery, your slave experience.
Right.
And you feeling proud about that. Because you invented something that white folks are making billions of dollars off of. Bring me the descendants of George Washington Carver, and let's see how much money they're getting from that man's work. Bring me the descendants of Benjamin Banneker and tell me how much money they're getting from what that man done. Bring me the descendants of anyone who invented anything in America and tell me how much money those folks are getting from what they did. And you say it's Black history? No, that's Negro. I won't even call it Negro business. It's white folks directing us to build their heaven.
That's right.
So they have heaven right here on earth while they teach us that after we die, listen at this now, you be a good Negro, and after you die, we gonna fix you up in heaven.
Come on.
You gonna have a Mercedes Benz.
Come on.
You gonna have a mansion.
Come on.
You gonna have streets paved with gold.
Yeah.
You gonna have all these wonderful things after you die.
That's right.
As long as you help us to build and to get it on earth.
That's right.
Now that's Black. This is Black history.
Come on.
I know this hurts. This hurts for someone to tell you that you've been used.
Come on.
It hurts for someone to tell you you've been had. It hurts for someone to tell you you've been hoodwinked.
That's right.
But these folks are still playing games with our lives. And the reason why they're able to play these games, because they're messing with our minds.
That's right.
You're not teaching no Black history.
That's right.
You are still at war with the people who brought us in America to be made slaves.
That's right.
How do you know that you are still at war? Well, right after slavery, we had less than 1% of the wealth in America.
Come on.
How much do we have today as so-called freed Negroes?
1%.
We have less than 1%.
Yes, sir.
Our condition has slightly changed, but our position is still the same. Look, when we were in slavery, we was right here. Okay? Reconstruction, we were right here. 1965, we were right here. This is white now, this is Black. In 2015, we were right here. What is the difference? There is absolutely no difference from when we first came here. They're still on the top, and we are still on the bottom, and we still singing, we shall overcome.
That's right.
Right on time.
Come on, brothers and sisters. They gave us religion.
That's right.
You don't even realize it. That when you came over here, most of our people were Muslims.
That's right.
Right.
Go back and watch the movie Roots. The brothers are greeting each other, assalamu alaikum.
Yes, sir.
Alaikum salam. You don't even catch it. You go in these, you watch television, you don't even know what's going on.
That's
The
right.
white man is telling you the truth, but you can't see it.
Yes, sir. That's right.
Because what? You're not using the search procedure.
That's right.
That's why we search. When you come in, we trying to teach you something
That's right.
of how important that search procedure is. So you never asked the question, what was our religion before we came to America? You afraid to ask that question.
That's right.
You afraid to even wake up. You ever been under the covers when you were small and you were hiding under the cover and you want to try to get back to sleep because you was afraid? You were afraid to wake up. You were afraid to get up.
right.
Well, that's how our people are today.
That's right.
We afraid to get up. Thank you, Brother Minister. I didn't know what I was going to say. Thank you, Brother Minister. Oh, praise be to Allah. Well, last week we were talking about the movie of Dr. Martin King, and I lost my point doing my little presentation last week. But many don't notice, but Dr. Martin Luther King, as he was growing in his understanding, he was growing away from white folks. Go ahead with the march, so it would help to justify him, who he was afraid to make the law, the voting rights or whatever it was during that time law. He was afraid to do it on his own, so he figured that if he killed enough Negroes, if enough Negroes died and they could make a big scene about it, then he could justify, signing that law, making that law,
That's right.
That's right.
after you died.
Right.
So it was him who was for it, but in the movie they made you think like he was against it. And it made you think like Dr. King was on his own, urging the president to do what was right.
Right.
See, he mixed truth with falsehood, brothers and sisters.
Right.
You can't believe him.
That's right.
So if you walk away from that, not understanding or not coming to the mosque on that following Sunday morning, then you don't have it.
That's right.
Right.
But Dr. King, that last year in his life, when he began to stand up and speak the truth, every black leader who was of consequence turned on him.
That's right.
This is what happened to Dr. King after he met with the Honorable Elijah Muhammad
Right.
and began to curve his public statements,
That's right.
in the way that he did. The NAACP and Roy Wilkins turned on Dr. King. That man was one of the leading blacks in the 60s.
That's right.
Whitney Young and the Urban League publicly turned on Dr. King.
That's right.
Adam Clayton Powell Jr., powerful congressman, turns on Dr. King. Publicly, not privately now. Listen at this. These are other black men that we celebrate.
That's right.
Okay, come on.
Call him
clap
out.
your hands. All right. Ralph Bunch. You read about him in history. I read about all these Negroes during Negro History Week.
That's right.
Ralph Bunch, the only black Nobel Peace Prize winner, turns on Dr. King publicly. I can't even say the writer. I can't even say, where am I? I can't even say on radio, it's in the text, but I can even quote what Thurgood Marshall, the Thurgood Marshall, had to say about Dr. King because it was so vicious and ugly. Thurgood Marshall.
Yeah.
These are people that you celebrate.
That's right.
All these men turned on Dr. King
Come on.
because he met with the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and was made more conscious.
That's
And
right.
don't you think that you can sit with Honorable Elijah Muhammad and come out the same?
That's right.
Come on.
You can't do it.
Listen.
Just like you couldn't sit with the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and come out the same.
That's right.
I remember some years ago, all praise is due to Allah. I remember some years ago, I was standing in front of Yusuf Shabazz sandwich shop, eating a sandwich and talking to him. And he was a little upset with the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan for a long time because of what was going on with Dr. Khalid Muhammad.
That's right.
And so I would always go there and we would wrestle, you know, 'cause as the brother minister said earlier, I was a fighter back in the day. And I would fight you over these teachers.
That's right.
You know, and I didn't care. You know, we could rumble all day.
That's right.
So me and Yusuf was going back and forth. Well, anyway, about a year later, after Dr. Khalid passed, he and Malik Zulu Shabazz went and met with the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan
Come on.
concerning that situation and whatever it was that was on their hearts at the time.
That's right.
Well, when I talked to Brother Shabazz, his whole heart had changed.
That's right.
They met with God's man. I'm telling you, man, you can't meet these men and come out the same. He said him and Malik Zulu Shabazz. And you all know it because every Savior's Day. Who's there?
That's right.
Malik Zulu
That's
Shabazz.
right.
Man, I've been a witness. There is no God but Allah. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad is his messenger.
Come on, brother.
He came back and said they had a total change of heart. So they questioned the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and he whipped them brothers in such a beautiful way. In such a beautiful way that they left there with a total change of the heart. Be ye not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. And nobody renews the mind better than the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and his honor student, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. All praises due
That's
to
right.
Allah. Brothers and sisters, I'm going to put the tab in it right there because our student captain and minister of the day has came forward, and we do not want to delay one moment as he comes forth. So brothers and sisters, please put your hands together and give a rousing applause for our student minister of the day, brother student captain Marcus Muhammad.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam, sir.
Man, so much energy in here.
Yes, sir.
From all the wonderful words of wisdom,
Sir.
of the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. And so, oh, there, look at the ministry right there. So we can't get started until we give the brothers who just came before us with all of that wisdom, all that knowledge, and that understanding that we need our brother, student minister Jamie Muhammad, and our brother as well, our low country minister, brother Linus Muhammad. One more round of applause. Let's get this. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful, the one God who came to us 9,000 miles, in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, the great Mahdi, to whom all praise is forever due, the Lord of all the worlds. I bear witness that there is no God besides He, and I bear witness that the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad is the risen and the exalted Christ, and I further bear witness that the Honorable Louis Farrakhan is indeed our divine reminder, a servant, and certainly a warner among us in these that we would call the last days. So it's in their name, and on behalf of his Savannah representative, our student minister here in the city of Savannah, Brother Minister Jamie Muhammad, I greet you. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam, sir.
How the brothers
Fine, sir.
and the sisters.
Fine, sir.
All praise due to Allah. So, man, I almost just sent a note up here to just let me just stay in the back because Master Farad Muhammad, the one who came, God in person, he told us to work cheerfully and fear not. And so with all of that energy, all that happiness, and all that knowledge coming from our brothers, I almost just wanted to just stay in the back and take a back seat. But I'm very happy that everybody that came out today, as Brother Jamie said, you know, we could have been anywhere,
Sir.
doing anything, especially in this place called America, because, you know, America's like what they call the Wild Wild West.
Right.
I mean, it's wild. You know, everything goes. And so they always have something to keep us tied up or tied down. Really.
Go ahead. That's right.
Into their world,
Right.
keeping our mind off of Almighty God Allah. But the Bible says that we have to keep our minds stayed on.
Go ahead.
Come on.
Yes.
So, you know, hopefully today, if I can, man, I've been sick for the last day and a half, and I almost called Brother Jamie this morning early and told him, you know, brother, I might need you to go ahead and just take the mantle as you normally do. But around 8 o'clock, 8:30, Holy Quran says after difficulty comes ease. So the ease started to come. So I said, well, I'm gonna go ahead and see if we can make it work.
That's right.
But today, brothers and sisters, I want to see if we can talk about a subject that I almost spoke on last week, but it's entitled Mission Impossible,
That's
Come
right.
on now.
Raising the Dead to Life.
Come on.
Did you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Those of us in the Nation of Islam, we know about mission.
That's right.
That's right.
Lord knows I've been trying to be on my mission
That's right.
for the last 25 years. Some of us have been in here, brother, that came with us today, my guest. I asked him in the car on the way here, he said it's been 39 years since he first heard the teachings
Good
of the
God.
most honorable Elijah Muhammad. Brother Abdul Kahir sitting in the back. Let's give him a
Allahu Akbar. Yes, sir.
39 years.
That's right.
Wow.
So Mission Impossible, raising the dead to life.
Go ahead, brother. Yes.
On the back of every final call, that great paper that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan took a second mortgage out on his house to start
That's right.
in the basement of the house.
That's right.
Y'all don't hear me.
Yes,
Go
sir.
ahead,
Come on.
brother.
Yes, sir.
To start the rebuilding effort
Yes, sir.
of the Nation of Islam. But on the back of each paper, we have the Muslim program. What do the Muslims want? And what do the Muslims believe? That's what everybody want to know.
Yes, sir.
What y'all want?
That's right. Come on.
All this black talk.
Yes, sir.
What the niggas want over there? Run around here with these bow ties and long dresses and whatnot. What do they really want? Thank you. But I'm gonna go to the what do the Muslims believe?
Come on, brother.
And point number 5. 5 is a key number, by the way. And I see we got our sister, Minister Jamie's wife here, who's a school teacher, Sister Lolita Muhammad. So I don't know what her area of expertise is, but we're going to be doing a little math today. So,
Yes,
so
sir.
if I get off course, you can help me get back on course. But point number 5 says, we believe in the resurrection of the dead.
That's
Come
right.
on.
Not in physical resurrection, but in mental resurrection. We believe that the so-called Negroes are most in need of mental resurrection. Therefore, they will be resurrected first.
Come on.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Furthermore, we believe we are the people of God's choice,
That's right.
as it has been written, that God would choose the rejected and the despised. We can find no other persons fitting this description in these last days more than the so-called Negroes in America.
That's right.
We believe in the resurrection of the righteous. So we're talking about a mission that looks like it's impossible. When we look outside the door, when we go into our community,
Yes, sir.
See, he said we don't believe in the physical resurrection. I know when we was in church, the pastor say, "Isn't that great getting up morning?" Is that right?
Yes, sir.
That the dead would arise. That Gabriel was going to blow his horn. I think Gabriel, let me see it. What you see in the corner of that paper?
Right.
Said that when Gabriel would blow his horn or his trumpet, that all those that were dead in the grave would do what? Come back to life.
That's right.
And you grew up scared to go to the graveyard, is that right?
Come on.
You wanted to go see grandma and grandpa and put some flowers on the grave, but boy, it's getting too close to dark, is that right?
Come on.
Somebody might get up out that grave, huh?
That's right.
So the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad corrected us, along with his teacher, God in person, Master Farad Muhammad. He said that we don't believe in the physical resurrection,
Right.
but that we would be resurrected mentally.
Mm.
So now, Mission Impossible. When did the mission start? Like I said, I started 25 years ago. Brother Abdul Qadir started 39 years ago. But when did the mission start? It originated in somebody's mind.
Come on.
So we're talking about Master Farad Muhammad. We said that his father was an original black man.
That's right.
Y'all remember that?
Yes, sir.
And his mother was a white woman from the Caucasus Mountains. The Bible speaks of God in several different titles. But one of the best titles is the Son of Man.
That's right.
They taught us about God being up in the air somewhere like a spirit or a spook or something. Is that right? But the Bible said he sees, he hears,
Right.
he speaks, he stands.
That's right.
Is that right?
That's right.
Moses said he talked with God,
Right.
face to face, as a man speaketh to his own son. Y'all all right?
Listen.
So we're talking about Master Farad Muhammad, because I know when you heard me and the brothers open up, Allah God who came to us in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, you may not have said something, but in your mind you started to think, well, how did God come? Who?
Right.
He came in the person of who?
Right.
The Bible said a man or woman cannot serve two masters.
That's
Come on.
right.
So master is not his name, master is his title.
That's right.
But when they brought us over here 460 years ago in the holds of ships,
Come on, brother.
and they put us on that plantation,
Mm.
they said, call me master.
Come on.
Right.
Master Bar, what you want me to do today?
Yeah.
Come on, brother.
Just like we doing today.
Come on.
Except you get a check for it today, is that right?
Right.
Yes, sir.
We get a check for it today. Well, master, how many bales of hay we got to do today?
Right.
But no man can serve two masters.
That's right. Listen, listen.
You gotta love one
He
and
did.
hate
Hate
the
the
other.
other. Go ahead.
They made us fall totally in love with them. Made us call them master.
Come on.
Come on, brother.
That's why we gotta talk about raising the dead to life.
That's right.
We gotta talk about this mission that black people and even some of us as Muslims, we're starting to think is impossible
Come
now.
on. Come on.
We're starting to go to sleep on our posts.
Listen. Listen.
We're starting
Right on
to
time,
slowly,
sir.
mentally just give up to the white man.
Yeah.
Man, that's some good talk we got down there, but I just don't know, Brother Marcus.
Right.
I don't know if we's gonna make it.
Come on.
I don't know if we can whip this devil.
Come on.
I know Elijah got some good talk, Master Farad and the minister, but I don't know if we can win, huh?
Right on time, sir.
You're starting to doubt, just like in the Holy Quran, man.
Right. Come on.
Moses said he wanted to go in search of knowledge with the wise man.
Come on.
That's what he
Teach on.
said.
He begged him, let me follow you, huh?
Yeah.
Right.
The wise man told him, I don't think you can have patience with me.
Right.
How many of us are patient today?
Come on.
Good question, brother.
Starting to look at the minister with motives in our mind.
Come on.
Yeah.
Questions are starting to come up.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Doubt is starting to creep in.
That's right.
So Master Farad Muhammad's dad
Come on.
is an original black man
That's right. Give the black history.
from Arabia.
Mm.
And his mother is a white woman from the Caucasus Mountains.
That's right.
Race mix.
Take your time, sir.
Come on,
Most
brother.
Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us in the theology of time. man got a whole theology just on time.
Go ahead now.
Did you hear what I said?
Yes,
Come on,
sir.
brother.
Not a whole theology on Jesus or Moses. He got it on time. So what time is it?
Yes, sir.
Since we starting to doubt, it's because we don't know what time it is.
Right. Listen.
But he said in this book right here that in the Revelations chapter 4 talks about 24 elders.
That's right.
Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said those are really 12 major scientists of the black man's history and 12 minor scientists. He said that the 24 scientists, they write our history down in advance.
Yes.
So the Bible, the preacher give us the Bible like a history book. Huh?
Yes, he does.
When you start talking about Jesus, he's looking down 2,000 years ago.
Right.
You talk about Moses, he's looking back 4,000 years ago.
Yes, he does.
And everything he says is not relevant, and he does not make it relevant to what's happening in your life today.
Right.
But the messenger said it's 24 elders
Come on.
who gather up or write the history down, that they actually listen to the people's thinking. And they calculate thought times distance times thought times distance times thought, and they write our history down before we ever live it.
Go ahead.
And that's called prophecy.
Prophecy. That's right, Brother Medicine.
It's a book of prophecy. Historians write about the past, but prophets talk about the future.
Go ahead now.
So today when we look at Jesus, today when we look at Muhammad, today when we look at Moses, we're going to be looking at him today.
That's right. Listen.
So we talking about mission, impossible,
Impossible.
and raising the dead
Come on.
to life.
That's right.
Not the physically dead, but the mentally,
Mental dead, brother.
morally, spiritually,
Come on, brother.
financially dead black man and woman
Come
of
on,
America.
that's
Right. Listen.
Right on
So he
time.
said 24 elders and 23 of the scientists, they gather the history up or they write it down.
Right.
And the 24th acts as a judge over the history.
Right.
And he can go into the history. You heard Brother Linus talk about Brother Jimmy. It's his house. He can do what he want to do. Huh?
That's right.
Well, where do you think he get that kind of thinking? He's studying the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
That's
We
right.
have protocol up in here.
That's right. Listen.
We saluting. You ain't never seen no black men like that.
That's right.
Go get all the sisters and get them up in here because they need a real man today.
That's right.
FOI. Yeah, we still working on ourselves, but you ain't seen nothing like this black man up in here.
That's right.
You ain't gonna get nothing like this FOI up in here, out
Right.
there.
Listen.
We're the fruit of Islam.
That's right. FOI.
When we walk them at the earth trembles.
That's
He
right.
tough, he-
If they ain't tremble, we go over and shake them.
That's right. Go ahead, brother.
You know I was walking by?
Come on, brother Capt.
24 elders.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
23 write the history down in
Listen,
advance.
we got black history here
And the
now.
24th acts as a judge.
This is Black History
Niggas
Month.
say, no, I think we need to take that out and put this in.
That's right.
This is how our minds were before we got hit in the head,
That's right.
Left.
huh? And left for dead. Y'all listening?
Yes, sir.
So, Master Farad Muhammad's dad
Come on.
was one of the 24.
That's right.
I'm talking about when did the mission start? It started with an argument. It started with a disagreement. Master Farad Muhammad's father, who is one of the scientists,
Come on.
he disagreed with the other scientists. They saw us in the history.
Right.
Or the prophecy going into captivity up under this white man, up under this devil, this blue-eyed Caucasian.
Right.
They saw us going into that.
Come on, brother. Teach
And he
Black
started arguing with the other scientists because he wanted to send somebody after us.
Come on.
Right,
Black
right.
History Month.
But the other scientists said, no, they're beyond praying for. They're dead, man. You wasting your time.
Come
That's
on.
right.
So he turned his back on them. The Bible says, what man, having 99 sheep, would not go after the one which is lost?
Come on.
Huh? What man that owns some sheep, huh? Y'all don't hear me.
Come on, brother.
I'm
Come
talking
on.
to sheep today.
Go ahead.
We the sheep.
That's right.
So that's what it's talking about when they asked that question. So he had an argument with him. He told him, some say Master Farad Muhammad's dad's name was Alfonso.
Come on.
He said, Alfonso,
Right.
wasting your time, man.
That's right.
That's what them Negroes over there in America. want to go after them? Yeah, that's what I want to do. So I think it's in the book of Hebrews, 10th chapter.
Come on, brother.
It says, prepare me a body.
Body, come on, that I might go down.
Prepare me a body. This is Master Farad Muhammad's daddy talking.
Come on.
Because he was too dark to come after us. He had already seen into the mindset of Yaqub, who made the white man.
That's right.
That they were
Listen.
going to be killing darker and saving lighter on the island of Pelon when they grafted white people out of the very negative side of the original man.
Come on, come on.
So he knew that they would have a negative propensity towards dark or black people.
That's right.
He knew that they would be killing us and robbing us and murdering us.
Listen, listen.
And he knew that when this devil got on the planet that he was going to have approximately 6,600 years to rule. He said, that's going to be a wise devil.
Yes, sir. Rule that long.
So he said, I can't show up myself.
Right.
That's right.
I can't show up looking like, well, he could have came like me, but which is what Master Farad looked like, kind of like me.
Yes,
I
sir.
can't come looking like this right here. I can't come looking like Brother Jay.
That's right.
Can't come looking like the color of Sister Brandy's coat. Can I read something to you?
Come on, brother. Read it. Read it.
This is from Henry Barry, a member of the Virginia House of Delegates in 1832. He said to the House of Delegates, pass as severe laws as you will to keep these
Negroes. Come on.
to keep these unfortunate creatures in ignorance.
Wow.
It is in vain unless you can extinguish that spark of intelligence which God has given them. Even the white man know we got the intelligence.
Right. That's right.
Sir, he said, we have as far as possible closed every avenue. Listen carefully. We have closed as far as possible every avenue by which light may enter their minds.
That's right. Listen to
Did
that.
you hear me?
Yes, sir.
This is history.
This is what they talk about in private. Some of us think we close to white folks. You ain't close to white folks.
That's right.
Close off every avenue
That's right.
by which light could enter into our minds. This is what they talking about.
Right.
Killing black people.
Right.
Didn't the Bible say the devil was a liar and a murderer?
That's right.
In the Supreme Wisdom lessons, they said there wasn't nothing but lying and murdering going on the island of Pelon.
Right.
Where's the island of Pelon? It's in Asia or the Aegean Sea, but it also means in their mind.
Come on.
See, they're on an island all unto themselves. This is the mind of this white man.
Come on.
Situated, as Brother Minister said, in the Aegean Sea.
Yeah.
Y'all all right?
Sir.
So no, you ain't close to white folks, but you had lunch with them. You ate some caviar and snails with them.
Right. You don't understand their mind.
You almost threw up trying to eat that crap. So you can be close to Chad.
Come on.
Oh, Heather, let's go downtown and get something to eat. Yeah, escargot. Our minds, man. In love with white folks.
Yes, sir.
Eating lobster tail. Think you got something.
Come on.
You ever looked at a lobster tail?
Come on.
That's a man. What they call it, crustacean.
Yeah.
I'm off course.
All the time, sir.
But Mr. Henry Barry in 1832 said they have, as far as possible, closed every avenue.
Look out.
Every avenue by which light may enter their minds. Then he said this, we only have one step further. That wasn't enough. We only have one step further to extinguish their capacity to see the light.
Good God Almighty.
And our work will be complete.
That's a beast.
That's the mind of a murderer. Now where else did we hear these words right here? Because see, sometimes we start, like I said, doubts start creeping in about these three wise men that have come, to see about us.
Right.
He said, we have one step further to extinguish their capacity to see the light. Let me read something to you. Y'all remember the Supreme Wisdom lesson?
Yes, sir.
Let's see if we can find these words from the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. This is from the original rules of instruction to the laborers. The following is the original rules of instructions to the laborers of Islam, and the title of Muslim given by our Savior before his departure, with a footnote of a few words of explanation to lay pressure upon their minds of their many errors in the past, present, that they may see the light and walk therein. I thank you, Elijah Muhammad.
Wow.
So here it is, 1832. And this white man said, extinguish their capacity to see the light. But God raised up another one to help us see the light. So Master Farad Muhammad's father got into an argument with the other 23 scientists about coming to save our life. And so he rebelled. What should you say rebelled? He did the right thing.
That's right.
He turned his back on them and their idea of what should be in the history, because he acted as the judge. So now, Master Farad Muhammad's dad knew he couldn't come looking like Brother James, looking like Sister Brandy's coat. So he said, prepare me a body. So he went and got him a white woman from the Caucasus Mountains.
Teach on that
The
history.
Bible said that Mary had 7 demons cast out of her. Y'all remember that?
Yes, sir.
And the people in the church, they just laying hands in the name of Jesus. In the name of Jesus.
Right.
Nigga, you just left the club and you in the name of Jesus.
Go.
You just slept with half the sisters in the church, but you in the name of Jesus. You ain't casting out no devils
No.
in his name. You are a devil. Y'all know I'm telling it right.
That's right.
Go ahead, soldier.
I used to get so upset with my mom and her choice of churches.
I know the feeling.
Everybody in the church know what's going on with the pastor, but they right up in there.
That's right.
Teach all.
They cabbage patch with him. Because they doing the same thing. Just let me come in here and get this feel good, throw a little money in the tide plate, and go back to doing what I'm doing.
That's right.
We talk about Mission Impossible. We talking about raising the dead to life. So he said, prepare me a body. So he took him a white woman from the Caucasus Mountains, and she had demons cast out of her. But we ain't talking about nothing spooky now. She went through a certain process that is known to the Asiatic world. And I'll get into that toward the end of the lecture.
Come on, brother.
Inshallah.
Come on.
But he took her through that process to remove the evil self-impediments to her development as a human being. You know, we got study guys, Minister Derek. Yeah, he's a minister. Just ministering the school system right now.
That's right.
But he'll be back up here soon.
Yes, sir.
After he heard Sister Brandy last week, let's give her one more round.
Oh, praise the
Trying to get in contact with her a couple of days ago to see if she had some requests
Lord. Right.
to come again, you know?
Oh, yes, sir.
2 weeks. But anyway, but so shall the coming of the Son of Man be.
Right. Read that book, brother.
The Son of Man is Master Farad Muhammad.
That's right.
The son of a man called Alfonso, who was one of the 24 elders.
That's right.
One of the 24 scientists that had compassion upon us.
Yes, sir.
That he would come see about us.
Give the black history, brother.
In Revelations 19, he said on his thigh was written his name. Y'all remember that?
Yes,
Come on.
sir.
Revelation 19. And in the Nation of Islam, we say that 19 is the signature of Allah. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
If you add up the letters in W.F. Muhammad, let me tell you exactly what it is. I don't want to make no mistakes. I believe it's W.F. Muhammad. You'll come up to 19 letters. But in the 19th chapter of Revelations, he said his name would be written on his thigh. In the Theology of Time, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, Farad is a name outside the 100 attributes of Allah. You know, the Holy Quran has attributes: the beneficent,
Right.
the merciful,
Yes, sir.
the forgiver,
Right.
Ninja.
the avenger,
Yes, sir.
the destroyer.
Yes, sir.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
These are attributes of God, but the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that Farad is a name outside of the 100 attributes of God. He said it's an extra name to itself. He had a name written up and down his thighs that no man knew but himself.
Go ahead, soldier.
Did you hear that?
Yes, sir.
That no man knew but himself. So the scholars of Islam from Arabia and all around the world, that's one of the criticisms they think they have
Right.
against the Nation of Islam. They said Farad that's not even in the 100, no, it ain't in the 100 attributes. Because he's not an attribute, he is God.
Go ahead, soldier.
All praise to the Lord. Now, Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad started his mission. Master Farad Muhammad came in and out of America, the Honorable Louis Farrakhan said, for 20 years. From 1910 until 1930, he was in and out of America. We're taught that he studied 42 years.
Right.
Some of us won't study 42 minutes. Is that
That's right.
Think about that. 42 years?
Yes.
This only bears witness to the condition of death that we are in.
That's right.
42 years he studied before he even made himself known. What a man, huh?
Yes, sir.
You talk about compassion.
Yeah. Dedication.
42 years he studied. They said he could speak 16 languages and write 10 perfectly. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
We talking about Master Farad Muhammad.
That's right.
Studied 42 years. Started coming in and out of America in 1910. Honorable Louis Farrakhan said, who was he talking to? What was he doing when he was coming in and out of
Good
America?
question.
That he didn't make himself known until July of 1930. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
42 years. So, he came and he set up shop in Detroit, Michigan. The worst part of Detroit called Black Bottom Detroit. Is that right?
That's right.
If you ever been to Detroit, to me the whole thing looked black.
Yes, sir.
The whole thing looked like the bottom.
That's right.
Deserted the last time we did.
As a matter of fact, it was deserted. They said that when the last one coming out of Detroit, turn off the light. Is that right?
Yes.
No, that's a bumper sticker.
That's
They
right.
said they have lost 600,000 people in the
Yeah.
last 3 or 4 years
That's right.
leaving Detroit.
That's
That's
right.
right, sir.
So this is where the God came because our minds at that time were in the worst condition in that part of America.
That's right.
So he opens up this book right here. It says, to the Muslims of Detroit, #1. I'm going to give my instructions to you first because I've already looked at the minds of the people, the actions of the people in that area, and they are the worst ones.
That's right.
We all worse now.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted.
Yes, sir.
But Detroit is the worst. Now, so he came, started teaching in Detroit. He didn't get a building right away. He started going door to door, knocking on doors. Is that right?
That's right.
All of corporate America today, I worked in corporate America. And I've been through some of the best companies' training courses. AT&T, Yellow Page Advertising, all these different companies I work for, but they all have a door-to-door program.
Yeah.
Huh? You get a few telemarketers calling you on the phone because the white man is greedy. But the majority, Texas Instruments, AT&T, all these companies, Telecheck, this one, that one, they got a fleet of people, a ground crew, that they go out and they knock door to door. And if you were working in corporate America prior to 1950 and all of that, 50s and 60s, everybody had on a blue pinstripe suit. Just like that picture we got of Master Farad.
That's right. Listen.
They got a blue, a gray, a dark colored pinstripe suit,
Right.
white shirt, and some lace-ups. Is that right?
Yes,
Some
sir.
caps though. Some cap toes.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, Brother Capt.
Yes, sir.
They don't doubt who came in 1930. We starting to doubt who came in 1930.
That's right.
This white man has set up the majority of his world, and most of his progress has come since 1930.
That's right.
right.
It's just those teachers.
He had an atlas or an almanac that he put together, but after Master Farad Muhammad came with his actual facts, the actual facts in the Caucasians' almanac, he changed them to what Master Farad Muhammad brought.
Right on time, sir.
But he just left a number off here or there because he just couldn't come all the way.
Right.
Right.
Or else you might realize that God came.
Right.
So he set up shop in Detroit. He started knocking on our doors selling silks. Is that right?
That's right. That's the history, brother.
He didn't show up and say, guess what, I'm God in person.
Right.
He didn't say that to not one soul.
Right.
Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
But he was teaching one day. A lot of the people that he went to door to door, they were loving what he was teaching. As a matter of fact, he raised 25,000 believers in 3.5 years.
Wow.
Did you hear what I said?
Yes, sir.
We talking about 8,000 plus people per year.
That's right.
That man was working, huh?
Yes, sir.
That's a lot of doors, is that right?
Yes, sir.
That's a lot of silk, is that right?
Right.
So the people started asking him, you know, my brother want to hear this. My mama want to hear this, is that right?
Yes, sir.
My dad want to hear this. My grandfather want to hear this. So they put their money together and they got a building. Kind of like we did in Savannah, is that right?
Right.
Yes, sir.
Kind of like we did in Atlanta, 19 Asheville, Albany, all over the country now, all over the world. You got Nation of Islam, mosques, and study group.
That's right.
So just because it ain't but 20 or 30 in here today, don't get it twisted.
That's right.
Yes,
The
sir.
Nation of Islam is all over the world.
That's right.
And the Honorable Louis Farrakhan vowed in his first FOI class, the first class he was in, he said, I will take this teaching to every nook and cranny of the planet Earth. Huh?
That's right.
Y'all all right?
Yes,
That's
sir.
right.
So in 1931, Master Farad Muhammad was in the mosque teaching.
Teach the black history, bro.
And the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, at that time his name was Elijah Poole
Yeah.
from Sandersville, Georgia.
That's right.
Right down the road, is that right?
Yes, sir.
He had moved to Detroit looking for work, is that right?
Yes, sir.
So he thought, huh? He looking for a job, he looking away out of the old rugged South, huh?
That's right.
Tired of seeing the old rugged Dixie flag flying, huh?
That's right.
Tired of driving down the street and worried if you hear a pickup truck come up behind you at night, is that right?
Right.
Right.
So he moved to Detroit. And he went to the meeting one day. And after the meeting, it's customary in the Nation of Islam that the minister will shake your hand if you decide that you want to join.
That's right.
So after the meeting, he came up to shake Master Farad Muhammad's hand. But he leaned over and whispered in his ear, he said, I know who you are. He said, you the one that the whole world has been looking for. He said, you the second coming of Christ. You God in person. He said, yes, brother. Who knows that but yourself?
That's right. Listen.
Don't teach that to the people until after I'm gone. So on the very first day he got his assignment. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
So Master Farad Muhammad started teaching it night and day for 3 years and 4 months, huh?
Yes, sir.
And the Bible says that, let me get this right. Brother Lyons might be able to help me. I know where it is, Matthew 12. I think I'll come back to it. But it's talking about the Messiah being 3 days and 3 nights in the heart of the earth.
Yes, sir.
So as Jonas was 3 days and 3 nights in the belly of a whale,
Yes, sir.
so shall I, the Messiah, be 3 days and 3 nights in the heart of the earth. So he started teaching. So he used to keep him up all night long and pour coffee down his throat. And said he never saw Master Farad Muhammad sleep. Huh? The Holy Quran says that surely Allah is aware of subtleties. And so the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, man, I know he got to sleep sometime.
Right.
So he was in this house, we're talking about in the 30s now. They had the little keyhole where you could lock the door. Today, I think we push a button. They had a little keyhole, and so he said, and they stayed in the same house together. He said he was asleep one night, he woke up. I know I got him now. He said it was about 3 or 4 in the morning. So he looked through the peephole, see if he was sleeping in Master Farad Muhammad's room. He said Master Farad Muhammad was looking right back at him. All praise to Allah.
Yes, sir.
He
brother.
said he was God in person. Except he's flesh.
Yes, sir.
Right.
I know we want to look up in the sky. I get so mad. My wife, she don't like watching TV with me. You know, I'm a straight commentator. You know? She said, can we just watch the movie?
I know that's right.
Oh, Allah. But these people, man, they get on TV, you know, they get the Grammy Award, they get the BET Award, and if they have enough in them to say something about God, which most of them don't.
That's right.
You know, they jumping all over the place. They done popped a Molly or two, you know, they can't be still, you know.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
Popped a few ecstasy and whatnot, you know. And you think they just happy for the award. No, they can't hold themselves, they high. They come up there, I want to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. They go,
Right.
what you looking at? You all in the sky?
That's right.
You ain't never seen no God in no sky?
That's right.
Ain't God ain't in no sky. Ain't no pearly gates up there, nowhere.
Come on.
Some of us still believe that as Muslims now.
That's right.
In our private homes. You reading about the hereafter?
Yes, sir.
And we think we gonna go somewhere. We done squandered this whole life. We're gonna be 87 years old, ain't done nothing, and God gonna be foolish enough that when we dead and gone, in the grave, you gonna hear the horn from Gabriel. You gonna hear Miles Davis.
Go ahead, soldier.
You gonna get up and do it all over again. No. That ain't God.
No,
That's
sir.
right.
That's a foolish teaching that Yaqub followers have taught us.
That's right.
They teach us about a pie in the sky and they riding around in these fat expeditions.
That's right.
Yeah, bro.
They got 4 and 5 bedroom homes, 7 bathrooms. Me and my wife looking at houses
Yeah.
online. They got all this stuff.
Yes, sir.
brother.
Tell us we gonna get it.
We gonna get it after we die.
Wow.
The minister said the hereafter for his followers is now.
Now.
Come on.
That's right.
You think he just saying that?
No, sir.
The hereafter for his followers begins or starts.
Now. Let's do it.
So what we waiting on?
Come on.
Yes, sir.
I tell you what we waiting on. We waiting on the minister. He gonna bring the whole hereafter in. Come on, minister.
Right. You're right.
Praise be to Allah. Minister sure sharp today.
You gonna teach me.
Go try to find some shoes like it.
Yes, sir.
Go find a suit just like the minister boy. I know when he spoke and he said he was gonna bring 1 million black men to Washington. He had that brick color suit. I looked everywhere I could find.
Yes, sir.
I wanted that suit.
Yes,
right.
sir.
But that ain't what it's about, is that right?
No, sir.
Right.
He said in the Supreme Wisdom, Brother Richard, he said to the laborers, if you laboring, that means we're doing some work.
That's right.
Brother Marcus was so young and dumb, I just was, I know he got it in Atlanta somewhere. Oh, Lord. You gotta laugh at yourself sometimes.
Yes, sir, brother. He made a man.
You make a lot of mistakes in Islam. So it says in here, it says mistakes shall not exist. It don't mean they're not gonna happen,
Right.
but they shall not exist in what? No time. Is that right?
Come on, brother.
I'm way off course.
It's all right, brother.
Right on time, sir.
So Master Farad Muhammad, he told the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, he knows that much yourself. And don't teach that to zero until after I'm gone. Why did he say that? Why you can't teach it now? He had a minister's class, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Master Farad Muhammad had a minister's class and they were teaching. He was letting them teach. Because he was looking just like, I think, who was that picking out? Was it Samuel? That was Samuel or Jesse that had a son by the name of David.
Yes.
Jesse. Low country person. But they were looking for the new king, is that right?
Right.
And he had, I think, 11 sons. And he kept bringing these different sons in front of him. He said, no, that ain't the one. He said, well, I got another one. He brought the next son up. He's looking for the new king. He said, no, that ain't the one. He said, no. He said, you choosing the wrong way. Kind of like us, is that right?
Right.
I'm going to leave that alone.
Go ahead, brother.
We choose friends the wrong way, is that right? We choose life the wrong way. But anyway, he was choosing and looking for the new king, but he was looking from the outside in. He was bringing him all his tall sons.
Right.
He was bringing all his muscular sons.
Right. More.
He was bringing all his sons that had all these gifts and skills and talent. He said, no, you choosing the wrong way. You need to choose from the inside out. He said, where's David? Don't you have another one? Where is he? He said, oh, David, he out there in the field.
Right.
Tending the sheep. Bring me David. See, David, the Bible says, was a man of meager stature.
That's right.
That's the one that picked up the 5 smooth stones from the brook.
Yes, sir.
A slingshot. Everybody else was scared of the giant. Is that right? But David picked up his slingshot with 5 smooth, but he didn't even use but one. He only used 1 stone in knocking out the giant Goliath.
Yes, sir.
But the point is, he was in the field working.
That's right.
We're still talking about mission. So he gave the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad his mission. And he taught him 3 years and 4 months, night and day. And then Master Farad Muhammad left. Good God Almighty. So the messenger said he started crying. He said, Master Farad Muhammad told him, he said, brother, if none of them believe,
Come on.
he said, if none of them believe, he said, I'll just kill them all and I'll take you. But that was a test, is that right?
Yes, sir.
He said the messenger started crying. So he knew he had the right man. He knew it anyway. And so Master Farad Muhammad left in 1934. And then the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad took that mantle and he started teaching. He said last week that he was in flight from the hypocrites because after Master Farad Muhammad left, he started to teach the true identity of Master Farad Muhammad as being God in person.
Right, right.
But there's something inside the original man and woman. So many defects on the inside of us that have to be manifest and that have to come out.
That's right. Listen,
You're
listen.
talking about almost 500 years of being up under this wicked taskmaster,
That's right.
Come on.
living his filthy and funky lifestyle.
Right.
We don't even love each other no more.
No, we don't, brother. That's a fact. Teach
The
your
Bible talks about the house being a house of desolation. It don't mean there ain't no people in there. It ain't no love in there with the people.
That's right.
That's
Listen.
a house of desolation. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
So he took up the mission of Master Farad Muhammad and he started teaching all across the country, never staying in one city more than 2 days, man. Can you imagine the pain that he was in? You got a wife and children at home and it's people that you're trying to teach about God. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
And because you're teaching them about God in person, they want to kill you.
That's right.
What you think is going on with us today?
Listen.
What you think is going on with Honorable Louis Farrakhan today? He had more radiated seeds implanted in his body than anybody on the planet Earth.
That's right.
But he's still living
Right.
because he's teaching the true identity of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
That's right.
He's teaching the identity of Master Farad Muhammad.
That's right.
And so if we take up this mantle, and we have taken it up,
That's right, sir.
we take up this mission, ain't nobody going to want to be with you at first.
That's right. Listen.
I remember when I joined the Nation of Islam, my mama cried.
Yeah. I've been there, brother.
She cried like a baby.
Yes, come on.
But the night before I joined the mosque, I hadn't gotten my ex yet, but I was Ramadan fasting. I got my ex December 15th, 1991. I heard the teachings in October of 1989, and I accepted the very first day.
Yes,
But I had
sir.
some stuff I had to clear up.
That's right.
Me too, brother.
And so I was fasting. And so all of the different foolish things I had been doing in my life. See, you don't just purge when you fast physically, you're purging your mind.
That's right.
That's right.
We still on the resurrection of the dead too.
Come on.
Raising the dead to life. We're going to talk about how you raise the dead to life. Since we're not going in no physical grave and getting nobody up,
Come on.
how do you raise the dead to life? How do you blow the trumpet? What sound should come out of the trumpet? Huh? Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
So I started purging, man, and I got sick. I got so sick, I started taking some Sudafed. And young in the teachings, I didn't know I shouldn't have been taking no Sudafed on an empty stomach.
Right. Listen.
But Allah knew what he was doing. Because he's the master of cause and effect. I'll never forget, my dad was up in, I think, Pennsylvania somewhere at an educational conference. And I told my mom, I said, look, I need to call Dad because I don't know if I'm going to make it. So she got him on the phone, and I told him what was going on. He said, son, what's wrong? And I described my symptoms to him, I wanted him to hop a plane that night. So we actually went to the emergency room. I took the Bible in there. I was too scared to take the whole Quran. I took the Bible with me and I took a picture of everybody in my family. I thought I was going to die. But I didn't really know what was going on. That was a sign that the old Marcus Green, he was dying.
He was dying.
And the next day I got out of the hospital at 3 in the morning. I went to the mosque and recited my actual facts. My student wrote.
Oh, praise
I had read in the Holy Quran, and you know black people now, when we learn about God, we get scared then, is that right?
Yes, sir.
See, when you don't know God, you can be the biggest fool you want to be.
That's right.
You know? Making it rain in the club, you know, we doing it all.
That's right.
Big Willie style.
right.
When you learn about God, you start getting a little nervous.
Yeah.
I had read in this Holy Quran, Brother Richard, that it said, die not, unless you die the death of a Muslim. There wasn't nothing going to stop me from getting my ex.
I know that's right.
So I had my mama in the living room helping me go over my actual
All
facts.
right.
Yes, sir.
I was reciting them to her because I had to go recite to the captain and the minister.
Yes, sir.
And she was crying and I was reciting.
Yes, sir.
So this is a little of my personal history.
Yes, sir.
It's funny now, but back then, brother, you know, I said, hey, I got to make this happen.
Yes, sir.
And so anyway, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, every home he went into, as he was running from the hypocrites, the same way Prophet Muhammad of Arabia was in flight from the hypocrites. Every house he was in, he was teaching the sisters how to cook, how to clean, how to sew,
That's right. Listen.
how to rear their children,
Yes, sir.
how to act at home,
And abroad.
and abroad.
That's right.
What you mean abroad? What you mean how to act at home? You think he was just talking physical? For every physical lesson that we have, there's a mental and spiritual reality to it.
That's right.
What do you mean how to cook?
Teach, brother.
Yeah, it means how to use the right seasonings and whatnot so you can keep your family healthy. But what you cooking up? What kind of ingredients are you using in your everyday life? What kind of lifestyle are you living? What are you sewing? What kind of patterns do you have that's causing you to be in the same hell you was in 2 years ago? You're repeating the same patterns. You got to learn how to sew.
Come on.
He didn't say sew, he said how to sew.
Right,
So you got to start sewing another pattern now. You got your headpiece on, but you got to sew that lifestyle now. Got to be sewn in the right way. Huh?
right.
You got to use the right ingredients so you can attract the right man into your life.
Come
Huh?
on.
Right.
You all right?
Yes, sir.
How to act at home. It's a certain way now as Muslims that we got to learn, and this is for brothers too. It's their lessons, it's their 7 units, but it's in our supreme wisdom.
Come on, teach, brother.
So what can we learn from the MGT class?
Come on, teach hard.
How to act at home. It's a volatile climate all over the world for Muslims now.
Right.
It's volatile in America.
Yes, sir.
So how to act at home. See, we can't go out here just doing and saying, we're not scared. But the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said if we're not careful,
Right.
he'll have us so smart that we'll have the devil wrapped around our pinky finger.
That's right. Listen.
And if we weren't careful, we would forget he was over there.
Right.
That's right.
This white man ain't no problem for God
No, sir.
if we're studying our lessons. He said that one day, the messenger said that a white man may come up and spit in our face. And we just have to take our napkin, our handkerchief, and just wipe it off to save our life. But that's today. It don't mean that he gonna necessarily walk right up and spit in your face, in my face. But look at what's on Fox News every day.
Come on.
Right. They are.
That's what got him in trouble in Paris with the newspaper.
That's right.
If it really happened.
That's right.
Because we know this white man is a master of deception.
That's right.
Come on.
The Bible says he's the arch deceiver.
Yes, sir.
That means he go above and beyond your little evil and my little evil. He's born in evil.
That's right.
Is that right?
Listen.
Yes, sir.
When you go into Masonic order, they ask you, were you made in this or were you born in this? And if you're a black Mason with Prince Hall and a cracker ask you, I'm sorry, a white man,
Go ahead. You're all right.
if a white man asks you that, he wants you to say that you were made in it.
No.
Because he want to know that he has shut off every avenue
That's right.
by which light
Right.
can enter into your mind.
That's right. Listen.
You ain't getting all the light you can get in no damn lodge. You get it in the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
That's
Not
right.
no damn lodge. but we have.
The light.
That's right.
So he wants you to say that you were made in that. I never say that. No, I'm born in this, baby. What about you? I'm born a Muslim, huh?
That's right.
You ain't telling me nothing, man. I know you ain't supposed to say that kind of stuff, but look here. God came.
That's right.
I bear witness that there is no God but Allah, and Muhammad is his message.
That's right.
I bear witness to no white man.
Come on.
The black man is God.
That's right.
I don't even know how I got on that.
Right on time, sir.
But we got to understand what we got today.
Yes, sir.
See? He's climbing Jacob's ladder. He's trying to climb up into our mind, into our knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. He ain't got nothing that you ain't already had.
That's right.
But we
Listen.
lost the knowledge
We
of
lost
ourselves. Is that what the Supreme Wisdom says?
That's right.
And we're living a jungle life. You can't come back, and I can't come back into the proper knowledge of self unless we begin to live a righteous lifestyle. You can't tell me nothing, man. All he did was go over to the pyramids in Egypt and stole what he could understand off the hieroglyphics.
That's
right.
And turned around and flipped it and gave it back to us. So he could be in control. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I know it ain't popular, but it's the truth.
That's right.
See? We're talking about raising the dead to life.
That's right. Listen.
So the Jewish people, when they set the table for the Last Supper, they saved the spot for Jesus. But they believe in Moses. But everywhere this white man, whatever kind of private meetings he having, whether it's political, religious, spiritual, secrets, it don't matter. He got a spot in there for you and me. We the secret. We the secret sauce. 2 all beef patty special sauce, lettuce, cheese. Onions on a sesame seed bun. We're the secret.
That's right.
They got all this stuff out here. I'm in sales, you know. The secret of how to, of the law of attraction. We got the law of attraction.
Right. Come on.
Yaqub, a black man, founded it 7,000 years ago. Honor like attract.
That's right.
Right.
Like
Like
repels.
repel.
And like what?
Repel.
Okay, well, we got the law of attraction.
Yes, sir.
But are we using it?
Good question.
6,600 years ago, he founded that law. See, everything that's in the universe, in and of the universe, came out of a black man or a black woman's mind.
Come on.
Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
I'm finna go somewhere now. We're talking about the resurrection of the dead, being raised to life. We're talking about a mission that looks impossible
Right.
to some of us, but it didn't look impossible to God. They say he left everything of his glory. Master Farad Muhammad come from royalty, man. Huh? They said when he was being given his assignment that Mother Tanetta said that his father took him to Mecca to a vault. And when they opened the vault in Mecca, they took out the 3 previous Holy Qurans, not the one that we read right now. They said he could recite the history of the world dating back 150,000 years. Well, where did he get it from? Well, I said earlier, we write it down in advance. So he got the 3 previous, purchased them out of a vault in Mecca. The 3 previous Holy Qurans, and he gave it to his son to start him on his mission. And he started traveling the world. And he said that he traveled to every inhabited part of the planet Earth. But when you open the Supreme Wisdom, it talks about, we give history of all 9 planets. So really, he traveled the entire universe. Because he said, he talked to us about the life on Mars.
That's right.
The messenger did, but he got it from God in person.
That's right.
Talked about the people on Mars being over 7 feet tall, and they live 900 to 1,200 of our Earth years. Is that what he said?
That's right.
So this man, Farad Muhammad, Master Farad Muhammad, he traveled the entire universe. He said the universe was 76 quintillion miles. Huh? So we read in the Bible about Lazarus being in a grave for 4 days. It said Mary and Martha were weeping because their brother Lazarus had died. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
See, from cover to cover in that Bible, all we're reading about is these men dying. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
The Good Samaritan came and saw a man wounded on the side of the road. Said a certain priest came by. He looked at it. He walked by on the other side. The Levite came by. He looked at it. He walked by on the other side. But they never said why they walked by. Why didn't they help the man? Why didn't they help him? That's only a sign of all of the different people that have come to America. Marcus Garvey, he tried to raise us. Is that right? That's what it took. They tried. Some of them didn't even try at all. But they knew when they looked at us, just like them 23 scientists that Master Farad Muhammad's father disagreed with, he said, man, you're wasting your time. When they looked down at us. But the Good Samaritan came, and he saw the man. And he picked him up. He poured oil in his wounds. The minister said in Savior's Day in LA in the 90s, he said every individual is a wounded soul. Huh? Not some, every individual. Now, with the coming of Master Farad Muhammad, we were taught that the white man is what? The devil.
Yes, sir.
And boy, did we teach on the white man being the devil.
Yes, we did.
We taught on him being the devil so much, we forgot the fact that we had been turned into devil.
Yes, sir.
He is the devil, but we have become a devil.
Yes, sir.
So it asked the question in the Supreme Wisdom, it said, why does Muhammad, who?
Muhammad.
Why does Muhammad make the devil study from 35 to 50 years before he can call himself a Muslim son? Is that what it said?
Yes, sir.
Can I read that real quick?
Go ahead, brother.
Read that real quick. How much time we got, brother?
You fine, sir?
Good. Read this real quick. So if Master Farad Muhammad's mother was white, but he came and taught the messenger and us that the white man is the devil, then you might get a little confused in that. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
So do you think if all white people were killed tomorrow that we would be okay?
No, sir.
Some of us believe that now. We just want to go out here. They said in the early days, some of the brothers, the FOI, they had read in here, why does Muhammad and any Muslim murder the devil? Is that right?
Yes, sir.
What is your reward in regards to bringing and presenting 4 devils at one time? They brought heads. They read about the sword of Muhammad that was used in Muhammad's time. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
That if he ever revealed the secret, his head would be taken off with the sword. And they come up there with some garbage bags? 8 or 12 heads. Is that right? No, that's real.
Yes, sir.
Can you imagine the messenger sit back on his couch? They ring the doorbell. I can imagine the guards, Lord have mercy. The holy apostles. And they come in there with 4 or 5 or 6 heads of white folks. Remember earlier we said mistakes shall not exist among the neighbors in no time. All right, let me read this. Lesson number 1, question and answer number 9. Supreme Wisdom says, why does Muhammad make the devil study from 35 to 50 years before he can call himself a Muslim son? And wear the greatest and only flag of the universe, he must add a sword on the upper part of the holy and greatest universe flag of Islam. Answer. So he could clean himself up.
That's right.
Remember we talked about the 7 demons getting cast out of
Yes,
his
sir.
mother?
Yes, sir.
So she could be fit to bear such a child to come and save us? So that he could clean himself up. So when Master Farad Muhammad came, we were taught that he came to set justice in the earth.
Right.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
They said he had to be a part of both nations because he had to give justice to both nations.
That's right.
And with all of the hell that they put us through, you might think that justice would be to kill them all.
That's right.
As Dr. Collins used to say, kill them all. But how do you kill them? If we went out here and the mother plane to some kind of way selectively kill all the white folks on the planet,
Right.
it would be spooky. You might as well go back to looking up in the sky.
Right.
We thinking that the hereafter gonna be, Sister Brandon, when we kill all the crackers. Lord, we in heaven. No, you in more hell.
Come on.
Right.
You better not get rid of this white boy just yet. Is that right?
Right.
Come on.
You've been ruling a long time.
Right.
And if we kill him, we can't do what the messenger said. Sister Granny said, study the white man. Because he is successful.
That's
That's right.
He might not be clean, he might not be righteous, but he is successful.
Right.
So he could clean himself up. A Muslim does not love the devil regardless to how long he studies. After he has devoted 35 or 50 years trying to learn and do like the original man, he could come and do trading among us. And we would not kill him as quick as we would the other devils that have not, or who have not gone under this study. After he goes through with this labor, it's work for him to be righteous, huh? So he said labor. After he goes through with this labor from 35 to 50 years, we permit him, did you hear me? We permit him to wear our holy flag, which is the sun, moon, and the stars.
That's right.
He must, we don't ask him, he must add a sword on the upper part. Is that right? The sword is the emblem of justice, and it was used by the original man in Muhammad's time. Thus it was placed on the upper part of the flag so that the devil could always see it. So he will keep in mind that anytime he reveals the secrets, his head will be taken off by the sword. We give him this chance so that he could clean himself up and come amongst us. The holy flag of Islam is the greatest and only flag known. The universe is everything. Sun, moon, and stars, they are planets. Planets are something grown or made from the beginning. And holy is something that has not been diluted, mixed, or tampered with in any form. What's all that talking about? It's talking about a lot. He talked about how to act abroad. The minister said he wanted to take 10,000. He wanted to be the head of 10,000 Muslims from America to go to Mecca.
That's right.
How to act at home and how to act abroad. So if we make it to Mecca in 2016, we got to know how to make ablution. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
We done had Islam in America for 83, 84 years. Some of us don't even know how to wash your right hand over your left 3 times. Wash your left over your right. Wash behind your ears, your mouth, your nose, your head, your feet. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Put your right hand over your left above the navel. Because you're trying to go into your higher self, and my higher self when we make salat. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
How to act at home and abroad. See? The minister said that we're going to start, the Holy Quran says, make room in your assemblies. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
He said when the different nationalities start coming into mosques, he said, brothers, stay away from their women. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Well, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Some of the brothers, I don't know. We got our own beautiful black woman.
That's right.
sir.
We got the queen of the planet Earth.
That's right.
It's not that nothing's wrong with them, but we got the queen.
That's right.
They would be a queen, but this is the queen.
That's right.
All praise. So Master Farad Muhammad did not come to kill all white folks. Lord, I thought he did. I did. Couldn't beat me at teaching among this white man being the devil. I'm talking about, man, I couldn't wait to get to the mosque, brother Kadir. Folk them actual facts student enrollment. Who is the colored man? The Holy Quran said the worst sound in the ears of Allah is the braying of an ass. Marcus Palmer. No, it said the braying of an ass.
Right.
It did say that. And that's how we sound when we don't have the proper understanding.
That's
That's
right.
right.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But Master Farad Muhammad knew all that before he came.
Yes, he did.
Them scientists said, man, you wasting your time. But he could see. He could see down the wheel of time. His daddy could see down the wheel of time. He didn't just see the recessive germ in the black man, he saw the dominant part of us.
Right.
So they asked us the question, I think Sister Lolita said, why did we let half original men? Why? The messenger said the most intelligent question we could ask is why.
Right.
So Master Farad Muhammad asked him why. Let me see who I'm leaving in charge when I leave here. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Why did we let half original men, Master Farad Muhammad, discover the poor part of the planet Earth? Answer, because the earth belongs to the original black man.
Yes, sir.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Or something to that effect, but he knows every square inch of it.
Yes, sir.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
So now we can't just look at the white man. We got to go. He said that the teachers that are obliged Muhammad do what? Give us a knowledge of God, self, and the devil.
Right.
Well, I got news for us. God, self, and the devil is all you.
Right.
Oh, y'all feeling it. Where did the white man come from?
Us.
When we look at white folks, I'm only looking at us what was in our mind.
That's right.
This whole planet, the problem book, is a sign of the black man and woman's mind. I'm going to say it again. Master Farad Muhammad said in the instructions to the laborers, instruction number 2, he said of the assassination attempt, they were talking about an argument had arose amongst the hypocrites about the use of the money. Minister, do all that money from the middleman model.
Right.
I know it's been 20 years ago, but damn, 1.8 million men. Let me see, $5 each. Had a couple stars there.
Yeah.
Probably put in 100 or 200 each. What are you doing with all the money from Savior's Day?
Right.
What are you doing with all this money? He done went all over the world 3 times, Farrakhan.
Right.
I still ain't got my brick colored suit. Still ain't got my gators, Farrakhan. I heard he got a house in Michigan. I heard he got one in Arizona. I heard he got one in Chicago. What you doing with all this money? So he said an argument arose amongst the hypocrites about the use of the money.
That's right.
Right.
They don't mind you getting it, but you ain't giving enough to me. I'm your regional minister.
Right.
My salary ain't big enough. I might not even be getting a salary. I'm your security. Cost of living is high in Chicago. So an argument arose. Y'all right?
Yes, sir.
Amongst the hypocrites about the use of the money. They felt that they should share equally with the apostle. But you ain't equal up to his work.
Right.
Farrakhan don't never sleep, man, unless he in the hospital.
Come on.
That's right.
I'm sure he's watching them crackers in.
Come on.
Somebody.
They tried to kill him at least 3 times.
That's right. Listen.
3 is significant. The number 34 is significant. He said he was coming to make us into the what? Perfect rulers. In the twinkling of an eye. How many inches is in a ruler?
12.
What's 3 times 4? Messenger left in 75. What's 7 plus 5? He crazy. I knew it. No, mathematics is Islam. And Islam is mathematics. He didn't say Islam is science. Islam is mathematics. Therefore, it stands true. You can prove it. No limit of time.
Come on, bro.
So he talked about that argument. And they kept on talking, and they said, you know what? He just need to be killed. He need to be murdered.
Right.
But it's not just one Judas Iscariot in the Bible. Judas Iscariot is in all of our minds, but we got to uproot it before it happens. The supreme wisdom in the problem books, it keeps saying at the end of some of those problems, Sister Brandon, hurry. Hurry and submit your answer, Brother Frank, to your teacher so he can teach you quickly any subject you may desire.
Yes, sir.
Islam will answer any question that you got in your life, any problem you got going on. Hurry!
Right.
Hurry! Lose no more time.
That's right.
What do you mean lose no more time? Time is winding up.
That's right.
This devil is tired of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and he tired of us.
That's right.
The Holy Quran said, he said, lo, they are but a small band.
Right.
In other words, let's go and do something with them.
Right.
You know how the brothers in the street, selling wolf tickets. It's time to fight at the club. What you gonna do? Do something.
All right.
Lil John said, who you with? Who you with? Y'all like Lil John? He said, who you with? The Bible said that they had an option to choose Jesus or Barabbas. They chose Barabbas.
Yes, they did.
So we've been now 83, 84 years of Islam in America. But a problem and problems need to be solved now. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
I'm about to close it up. Brother James giving me all kind of hand language back there. So we got 34 problems. If we take the 34, we put a line, horizontal, slant line, what do you call that? You go this way, is that horizontal? What is that? Diag? Thank you. This class that day. Take that 34 and you put a diagonal line between it, you got a fraction now. 34 problems, or what, 3/4. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad said that 3/4 of his work was with the woman.
Come on.
That's another mistake I made, Mr. Tim. I had done had a few bad relationships. Not being a Muslim. Boy, and I heard that the messenger said 3/4 of his work was with the woman. See, I told you something wrong with it. I would preach that, boy, 3/4 of the work. How to cook, how to clean, how to sew. The brain on an ass.
Yes, sir.
But if 3/4 of the work is with the woman, and you got a spiritual and mental reality for every physical reality, then what was the messenger really saying? He said that all the prophets of God were styled as what? Women. Then we got actual facts. Sister Kay said that the water on the planet was, I think, 139,685,000 square miles of water.
Yes, sir.
And how much land?
Land, 57.
57,255,000 square miles of land.
That's right.
But he taught us that since that scientists that got upset, we had all kinds of scientists getting upset. Got upset with the other scientists, he wanted to just kill us all, so he took a shaft and drilled it into the earth with explosive dynamite and set it off and tried to kill us all, but he wasn't successful because the messenger said that the black man is so wise that he can't even destroy himself. But in trying to destroy us and kill us all, he put the moon out there. That used to be a part of the earth, is that right?
Yes, sir.
And because it used to be a part of the earth, it has an attracting power on the planet.
That's right.
So since we got 75% water on the planet, only 25% land, but the water never overtakes the land.
That's right.
Well, why do we have to know all of this? So 75% of his work, he said, is with the woman. But Sister Ava said that 75% of our mind is subconscious. In nature and feminine.
Right.
And 25% of the mind is conscious mind and masculine. Is that what she said?
Yes, sir.
So if 75% of his work was with the woman, he's saying that 75% of everything that's going on in the world, in life, in you and me, is in our subconscious mind. So we have now 34 or 3/4 of our problem is the problem book. And we got a conversation going on with this man. And we got a man that's been teaching us the truth. And he is really, he's on the run. He's just going in every city and every town teaching Islam, raising up some friends and believers, but he's raising up enemies. And the enemy is being raised up in our minds, so now we got to raise the dead back to life. If you're trying to raise something to life, if you're trying to pick up something and you got it split 75% over here and 25% over here, and you're trying to raise it, what you going to pick up first? You're going to pick up the 75 first. You all right?
Yes, sir.
You're talking about weightlifting now. 75% of his work is with the woman. 75% of our problem is in our mind. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Now, how are we going to solve the problem? In the 18th chapter of the Holy Quran, Moses was, as I mentioned earlier, he wanted to travel with the wise men.
Yes, sir.
Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
So I'm going to read this starting at the 66th verse, 18th chapter. There's no coincidence that this traveling that he wants to do, that it's in the 18th chapter, which is entitled The Cave. You know, it's dark in the cave, is that right?
Yes, sir.
That's another one like to teach. That white man in the cave, 58 degrees, growing all that hair on him. It's dark, it's filthy, it's nasty. Not all the time. I didn't know about the cave in my mind. So in the 18th surah, starting at 66th verse, it says, Moses said to him, may I follow thee, that thou mayest teach me. Go ahead, teach Farrakhan. See, we follow him, is that right? Minister, can I follow you? See, we wrote the letter, we said, may I have I desire a name from thee.
Right.
Is that what we said?
Yes, sir.
So Moses said to him, may I follow thee, that thou mayest teach me of good thou hast been taught. He said, thou cannot have patience with me. And how canst thou have patience in that whereof thou hast not a comprehensive knowledge? That's where we are right now.
Yes, sir.
We follow a man that's so wise He's so humble, Brother Richard, but he's so wise. And we ask him to follow, man, what a minute's going to be this week? Orlando, let me get my suit together. Let me come to Savior's Day. Let me come to the Holy Day of Atonement. I want to follow you. Is that right? I want to be taught what you was taught. As the Holy Quran said, he taught man from the pen what man knew not. I want to be like you, Farrakhan. I want to be like you, Elijah. But not knowing that Elijah and Farrakhan were students. I mean, really students of what Master Farad Muhammad left us. So now today, their conversation is going on. How do I know it's going on? Because it's all in the 34 problems that you have, if you understand. So the minister brought us something called dianetics. He said, here we go. Like I said last week, now here he go. I didn't introduce dianetics to nobody. It was introduced to me. But as I said last week, as Jesus, according, I got to read that. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Let me read that right there. We almost finished. Got notes all over. I think it's in John.
Take your time.
We find that exact scripture. Low country minister, you know exactly where it is. Oh man. Well, I'm not gonna waste time finding it, but as he was getting ready to depart, he knelt down to wash the disciples' feet. And so all of a sudden they had been calling Jesus Master, which means he's the teacher. Oh, where is it? Matthew? It says Matthew and John, but I don't know exactly where it is. But he knelt down to wash their feet, and they had been calling him Master, which means he was the teacher. But all of a sudden, Peter got smart. He said, oh no, Master, we cannot allow you to wash our feet. And Jesus said, well, if you don't allow me to wash your feet, then you are not of me. So I've heard August and I heard March, but in the year 2010, the Honorable Louis Farrakhan invited all of his laborers to Chicago. He had already spoken to the national laborers, but he invited the regional and the local laborers, of which we're part, to Chicago. And he introduced us to the science from the Scientology community called Dianetics. Last week we covered English lesson number C1. We get down to the end of English lesson number C1. And I had Low Country Minister, Brother Linus, to read it. And I'm going to ask him to read it again. Because I don't really think we understand the time fully that we're living in. And I don't say that I fully understand it, but I'm certainly studying it. And time is winding up. So Brother Linus, if you would read from line 31 one more time, boy. We close it out. Okay. This is English lesson number C1. Before you read it, Brother Linus, we said mathematics, Brother Sheldon, is what? Islam. And Islam is mathematics. So you got an English lesson number C1. With Mother Tanetta Muhammad in her book, The Comer by Night, which she published in 1986, she talks about our supreme wisdom lessons being in a mathematical code. And that the Holy Quran has the code 19 that runs all the way through it. And she said that the supreme wisdom has a number and letter code to it. So if you take English lesson number C1, Sister Lolita, you can help me. If you take the number C and put a mathematical value to the letter C, what would it be? A, B, C.
3.
So is it English lesson number C1 or is it English lesson number 31? Now start in line 31, Brother Linus, and read.
Then what happened? Well, they wanted to go to their own country, but they could not swim 9,000 miles. Why didn't their own people come and get them? Because their own people did not know they were here. When did their own people find out they were here? Approximately 60 years ago.
Thank you. Keep that. So they wanted to go to their own country. And we're taught to put these lessons what? In the past? present, and future being perfect. He said he was going to turn us into a new and perfect people in the twinkling of an eye. He said he'll make us the perfect rulers. Is that right? So we got problem number 31 in this problem book. Remember the problem was where? In our mind. And the lion was walking back and forth in a cage 3,000 by 2,000. It said, how long would it take him to find the door? He said it took him nearly 4 centuries to find the door. And so I've heard many of our great ministers talk about the Honorable Louis Farrakhan coming into the doors of the Nation of Islam in 1955. And we were taught that Sir John Hopkins brought us over here in 1555. And so that's 400 years, is that right?
Yes, sir.
That the man that we serve today and we work with today came into the mosque at 400 years exactly.
Yes, sir.
But we're taught that the Nation of Islam is what? All wise. Not some of us, but all of us. And we do everything what? Right and exact. So it didn't say after 4 centuries, it said it took him nearly 4 centuries to do what? Find the door. So I started thinking about that. I said, what's nearly 4 centuries? So if the minister introduced us to Dianetics, which is a door to free and unlock our mind, if he introduced us to it in 2010, and L. Ron Hubbard produced Dianetics to the public in 1950, if you subtract 1950 from 2010, how many years is that?
60.
How many?
60.
And depending on when you're reading it, it's approximately 60 years ago.
Yes, sir.
Did you hear me?
Yes, sir.
We open up the supreme wisdom and the instructions to the laborers, and it's talking to us about being clear. It even uses the words present time, our present time of delivery. And so when you're sitting in the chair and you're being audited by an auditor, we ask you, what do you see? See, because some of us not seeing the messenger right. We're not seeing Master Farad Muhammad as God. We're not seeing the Honorable Louis Farrakhan as the rightful ruler after the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. We don't see him properly because we're not in present time.
That's right.
As I said last week, the OJ said your body's here with me, but your mind is on the other side of time. We stuck on the time track, so the lion was walking back and forth. I ain't talking about Larry Blackman now. Some of y'all, that's cameo. He said, I love flows, right?
Yes, sir.
Back and forth. But that lion was walking back and forth in problem number 31. And in line 31 of English lesson number 3-1, he said, then what happened? See, we want to come back to our original self. Our nature is righteousness. We don't really want to be other than self. But it said we could not swim 9,000 miles. What does it say? You can't do it, and I can't do it on my own.
That's right.
Huh? Come on, read that one, the last 33 to 36.
Okay.
We almost there.
Why didn't their own people come and get them? Because their own people did not know they were here. When did their own people find out they were here? Approximately 60 years ago.
Well, what do you mean their own people? Yeah, on a physical level. Master Farad Muhammad's daddy didn't tell him where we were. You know? It also means that our brothers and sisters in Africa, after they snatched us up, they didn't know where we were.
That's right.
But it also means that prior to 60 years ago, when Dianetics came out in 2010, when the minister introduced it to us, we didn't know anything about engrams being in the mind.
Right.
L. Ron Hubbard says to the auditors in his book, The Modern Science of Mental Health, he says, no matter what you do, exact words, get those engrams. So why did their own people come and get them? Because their own people did not know that they were here. And when did they find out that they were here? Approximately 60 years ago. So in order to raise the dead to life, it's going to take more than a handshake. It's going to take more than these different grips. It's going to take one that has the master grip, the lion's paw. Everybody else been gripping on us, but they've been gripping our pockets.
Yeah.
They've been gripping the sisters and dealing with them. They've been doing everything but really raising the dead to life. And it's only when that mind is resurrected from the dead will we see and have alive people. Will we see the real lion not just walking back and forth, but making progress. He said he had 3,000 by 2,000 miles yet to go. Huh? America's 6,000 miles per diameter. And that means we got to take Islam, as the minister said in his first FOI class, not just to every nook and cranny of America, but to every nook and cranny of the world. But we got to be resurrected first. We got to deal with that 75% of our mind that's subconscious in nature. And you can't do that just by reading the Holy Quran and the Bible. That's the 25%.
Right.
The 75%, you got to get into that supreme wisdom. We got to sit down in the chair from somebody that can ask us, what are we seeing? What do we hear? Then bring us to a pleasure moment. And then ask us, are we in present time? So I'm going to ask you right now, are you in present time? Give yourself a round of applause.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know, I kind of got off, way off actually, on course, but
Yes, sir. Right
we
on.
wanted to try to talk about the mission impossible. But God, in the Bible says, with God, but see, we got the real God. We don't have the false God. We don't have the one that they got you looking up in the sky for. We got God in person, the Son of Man. So the Bible says, with God, all things are possible.
That's right.
So what's really impossible is for us to get out of the duty that God came to give us July 4th, 1930. So may Allah bless us all as I greet you, as I came before you to bring words of peace and paradise. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, sir.
My God. Brother James, I hope we didn't run over tape. What time is it? Last week I made all kind of mistakes trying to get down with this roster. So Sister Angela was very helpful. But this week, since we got our beautiful, and I mean I didn't get a chance to really say it.
Yes, sir.
But I think we done more loving on each other. Way more loving than we have done fighting.
Yes, sir.
And you know if the scientists disagree, you know me and Brother James, we, about once every 9 months to a year, we get a little small something. I hadn't even seen that in the last 4 or 5 years.
Yes, sir.
So I don't know what you see. But I'm telling you, we got to get behind his leadership.
Yes, sir.
See, I said earlier about, why did we let half original man Columbus discover the poor part of the planet Earth? Why do we, see, you'll never know what good is until you experience some bad.
Yes, sir.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
I've been under, man, some straight tyrants. See? But we got to see beyond. If you see a speck of dust on him, on me, on anybody in here, he said he didn't care about it. You see it, but you don't care about it.
Right.
That's why so many people are getting divorced. Oh, see, I knew she wasn't perfect. I'm out of here. I knew that Negro wasn't nothing, but you got with it. Then you left her because you found a speck of dust. The Bible said we got to get the mote. That's a lot. The mote out of our own eye before we can even attempt to take something out of our brother or our sister's eye. But I'm just telling you what I see in him. I'm not saying that because I've been his captain, but it's like traveling with the wise man. So I don't see nothing wise about Brother James. Well, you don't have to see it. Allah sees it, or he wouldn't be in the position.
That's
That's right.
Say it again.
Allah sees it, or he wouldn't be in the position. I'm not putting no butter on my brother. I'm telling you what it is.
That's right.
See, when we understand the protocol and structure that Master Farad wants,
That's right.
did you hear me?
Yes, sir.
See, because we getting ready to go. We've been through something, but we getting ready to go through more.
Come on.
And if you don't have no respect, as the Holy Quran says, for those in authority over you.
Yes, sir.
And I told him when he asked me to be his captain, I didn't run to it. I said, hey, can I think about it?
Yes, sir.
Because I respect the Nation of Islam and I respect the structure. And I know that this is a difficult mission.
Absolutely, sir.
And I said, Brother Minister, can I think about it? He said, yes, sir. I said, can you give me a week? And that week has turned into 10 years. All praise. So I'm saying in short, let's get behind Minister James.
Sir.
Because a lot of you put no food in this position.
Right.
The messenger said there's no such thing as a coincidence.
That's right.
Everybody that's in here today, if you never come back, and you will come back again.
Yes, sir.
But this is no coincidence.
Right.
We're here in the right place.
Right.
Allah has you in the right city. He got you with the right husband. He got you with the right wife. We just got to tap into that 75%. And we got to be like Columbus and don't care. You see it, but don't care about the poor part. And you got to be like Moses traveling with that wise man. You got to learn to have some patience.
Right. Oh,
Did you hear me?
yes, sir.
You got to be patient with your husband. Brother Sharif, when he was out, I thought I'm through. But Sharif said to us, Minister Sharif, he said to the sisters that night, he said, you haven't been through what he's been through. And I'm telling you, I mean, we all in America. But the desire of every ruler since the inception of Yaqub on this planet was to kill us.
That's right.
Kill him mentally, morally, spiritually, kill him.
Right.
That's why you are considered to be the widow, the widow, or Hiram Abimelech is considered to be the widow's son.
Right.
The black woman is the one that don't have a man. The man that's dead, that's got to be raised back to life. So just as we have to be patient with you all should be patient with us. And even though your husband is dead, he's being raised to life. And he is traveling with a wise man. So that makes him just a little bit wise. And the Holy Quran says of the man that the man is a degree, just a degree, above the woman. And even if he hadn't earned a degree yet, he's in the class called the FOI. That's going to make him that degree.
That's
right.
Just be patient with us. So that's it. I'm so sorry for taking that much time. But may Allah bless us. And I want to bring to the Russians to take us into the last little bit of our program, because I know I took too long. A beautiful brother, a beautiful friend, our student minister, Brother Minister James Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum.
Well, thanks a lot, sir.
Let's give Brother Marks another round.
All right, brother.
Beautiful lecture.
Yes.
It's gonna make me go back and study some more.
Yes, sir.
He always does. I want to thank him too for speaking today and last
That's
week. 'Cause
right.
I was out of town last week, and I spoke with him. He said he shared about 25% of what he had in his notes.
Yes.
And I was reading from that road 95 beat me up from that travel. So I called him back and said, brother, what about coming and doing a part 2?
That's right.
And he said he would come back. So I want to thank brother for speaking. Do something.
That's right.
Holding down and introducing Brother Marcus, and I want to thank Sister Brandon for speaking. I thank Brother Monell who's not here. Mr. Sharif has given us 90 days. Well, Chicago, Mr. Farrakhan has actually given us a 90-day grace period in which we can come back to the rostrum and speak and to see if we can improve our numbers, because we've been on webcast for a long time. I don't even know how many years.
Right.
So this is not my rostrum. This is the Honorable Mr. Louis Farrakhan's rostrum,
Right.
and I don't mind sharing it. People say that, I've been told, you need to speak. In 90 days, we got 90 days, so I need to speak as much as possible. But I don't see it that way. I mean, it's all right, but I don't mind sharing it. So your number might get called now, but those of you that, I know where we all rusty because it's been so long, but if you have a little stage fright or afraid, it ain't a whole lot of people in here. But it's always good for us to bring believers up and just hear
That's right.
what Islam has done for them. And we don't get the opportunity to hear from believers all the time. I know I'm always doing the talking in settings like this. So I want to hear.
Right.
So don't be surprised if your number get called and come and do 10 or 15 minutes, all right? So for the next 90 days, I'm not going to be like holding it down like nobody. Nah, that ain't me. Not at all. I'm happy to be a Muslim.
That's right.
I'm so happy that I saw the light, you know, I'm elated over that, and that's enough for me, really. I would love to hear from you believers. So I got to ask the question, how many of us are here for the very first time? Any first timers today? First time, thank you so much. Now, what I'd like to know is that, since it is your first time, what you heard today, do you believe it was true and good for black people?
Yes.
Wonderful, great. But I know this is your first time. 39, almost 40-year soldier in Islam. But dear sister, I want to ask you, if you would like to join on, help the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan become a part of the Nation of Islam, if you'd like to do that, now is the time to do that, dear sister.
Not right now.
Not right now. I understand, sister. I understand. It's a lot. It's a lot. I didn't join immediately, but when I came to the mosque, I knew this is what I wanted to do.
That's right.
In fact, the first Final Call newspaper I bought was from Brother Juan. Most of you all here know Brother Juan. I was a student at Savannah State College. It was in 1992. And I saw Brother Juan stand on the corner, and I bought that paper from him, and I said, that's what I want to do right there. I still have the Final Call newspaper too. And I think it must have been about 3 years later, 2 or 3 years later, I was standing in the mosque on 1401 Waters Avenue. And he never left. So sister, I encourage you to just keep coming, keep studying. The minister's on YouTube. The Final Call is online.
Right.
You know, this truth is available, it's accessible. But in some cases, you have to seek it out.
Right.
It's out there. And if you seek it out, sister, you will always find, you might find yourself like me. Because that's what I started, you know, I was just trying to, well, not necessarily prove it wrong, but I called myself, I'm studying. I went to the mosque and Brother Prince said, he said, you been studying? I said, oh yeah, I'm studying. He said, all right, I'm gonna give you something to study. I said, okay, bring it on, you know. And I'm in the world now. Yeah, bring it on, brother, I'm studying. That was the orientation package. But he had me on the hook, and I've been on the hook ever since.
Yes.
So thank you for coming, dear sister. What you did was very brave because people are afraid of us.
That's right.
They treat us like we not real people.
Right.
Like we not human beings. We got the cooties, you understand? Nah, we still, we all right. We humans. We just, we ain't that. We ain't what white folk made. We not the white man Negro no more.
That's
We're not
right.
that. So we encourage you to come back, dear sister. You're always welcome here every Sunday. Well, not next Sunday. Y'all know it's Savior's Day, right?
Yes, sir.
Happy Savior's Day.
Happy Savior's Day to you, sir.
Praise be to God.
Yeah, we're gonna get some flyers. I was gonna give one to everybody. Yeah. Savior's Day, we're gonna be at the Civil Rights Museum on next Sunday, all right? The Honorable Louis Farrakhan is gonna, he's gonna be the speaker next Sunday. We're gonna do live via webcast. I'm gonna give to, yeah, let's see now. They'll get one after the meeting. Live via webcast next Sunday at the Ralph Clark Gilbert Civil Rights Museum here in Savannah. It's free admission. There is absolutely no cover charge. So we only got 221 seats. It's a nice, very, very nice facility, but we only got 221 seats. But we want to pack the house. We want standing room only. We want our people to be able to hear from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. As Brother Marcus was saying, you know, we know our people don't know what time we live in. We don't have a clue. You know, we dine every day. So we have to get our people there to hear from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan on that day. What am I missing, Savannah? I see you got. Okay, I see. You got charity basket too?
I do too.
What else?
That too.
Okay. Well, let me go through what I know, then I'll let Suzanne look. Brother Shell, help me now. Oh, okay. You want to go ahead and do that now then? Let's go ahead. Right. We're gonna do some charity and family. Let me see. It's just so much. Our venue. Please give generously because we had a round robin and believers came together and donated to help get the venues. We're almost there. It's $1,000 venue, but we got to pay $1,200. We get $200 back on the deposit. So give generously towards that effort. Just in general, we gotta move because you know the widening Bay Street. We're looking at a building on Augusta Avenue that we want to try and get it's in our price range. So we want you to give. We want you to try and come back. Don't let this be the last day. This is beautiful. Well, everybody coming next Sunday, right?
Yes, sir.
Inshallah, sir.
Inshallah. Praise be to Allah. What am I missing? On Final Call Newspaper Brothers, please see Brother Marcus. The sister have some zucchini bread. They're $5 a piece. Sister Niali has some Girl Scout cookies. You got some bean cookies? Got navy bean cookies? I'm sorry. How much are the Girl Scout cookies? $4 for the Girl Scout cookies. Any other thing?
We have, we have broccoli and cheese soup today with cream wheat bread.
Broccoli and cheese soup. Broccoli and cheese soup with the cream. Oh, God. All right. And those of us that pledge for the webathon on Tuesday, the Saviors They Love, I remember that is payable today. Those of us that participated in the webathon on last Tuesday.
Yes, sir.
That's all that I have. I'm gonna bring Sister Angela up. She has some further announcements. All right. Thank you again, family. And that's all right.
Thanks a lot, family. Just a quick update on the staple good purchase. As of Friday evening, our products was in Jacksonville. All praise be to Allah. Inshallah, they told me by tomorrow, by Monday, I should get a phone call that they're at the warehouse here, and when I can pick those products up. So I just need a couple of brothers, local brothers, to just kind of keep your ears to your phones, because we'll probably have to take a couple of trucks, because we have to go to the place here in Savannah to pick it up, because if they deliver it to the mosque, we'll get an extra charge. So as soon as I get that call, I'll make arrangements so we can go get our produce, and we'll make a date that we can pick it up from here from everybody. So our produce will be here. All praises due to Allah. And then before the sisters leave today, please just see me. You know, Savior's Day is Sunday. We got to get our burn on. We got to cook. So I need everyone to see me, please. I appreciate it. All right, that's all I have, and I'm gonna turn it back over to Mr.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Okay, family. Our report time with brothers. You know, all of us gonna be working now. Sisters gonna be doing food. We need to be there no later than 1:30. We're gonna have access to the building at 1:30.
Yes, sir.
I just want to also let us all know that Brother Anthony's brother Charlie, who's actually from the First Res.
Yes, he is.
He's gravely ill right now. Brother Charlie's been under doctor's care for quite some time, and they've disconnected all of the things that were supporting his life. So if he yes, sir. If he goes under again, they're not going to resuscitate him. So let's keep Brother Anthony and his family in our prayers, and we might need to give him a call to encourage him, because he was actually going to speak. He was going to open up today, but he's not. He's going to leave the hospital today, so he's there. So that's all that I have. I know it's been a long day. I thank you all for being so patient.
Thank you, sir.
And we want to keep the spirit high and keep it going. And we hope and pray that Ms. Louis Farrakhan is able to deliver that message on next Sunday. I understand he's been having some health challenges as well. So, but let us keep our spirits up.
That's right.
Because if he is removed from among us, you still alive. Is that right?
That's right.
And you have a mission. Is that right, Brother Mark?
That's right.
Mission impossible. But the God is with us, so it can be achieved. So, family, at this time, we're going to go ahead and rise, take possession of prayer.
Prayer time.
Close out. Pray. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. In the name of Allah, and the mercy. All praises are due to Allah, the Lord of all the worlds. We have the same mercy. Master, we do judgment between now and when we serve the age we seek all guidance on the straight path. Have those upon whom God has bestowed favors, and not the path of those upon whom after the brought down. All those who go astray in their teachings say that he allows one. Allah's head one, nothing to the enemy of God. Always the one. Yes, not yours to be done, there's no man. But when someone serves the serve the worship besides of that, but when it's the most honorable Elijah.
Y'all stay strong.
Yes, sir. So I'm gonna let you know. Good to see you. Man, you do that other than special kind of thing. Robust. Good to see you.
I'm Nicky Brother Richard. How you doing, big brother?
My brother, good to see you, man.
Good to see you too,
Looking
black
strong
man.
as hell.
Trying to, just trying to.
Maybe 5 or 10 minutes. Right, like you in Chicago. And you are? I just follow out of love.
Is it the 390? But she said you were talking to a neighbor, so that's
Oh wait, this was Saturday.
and I said,
Sister Brandy. Sister Brandy. Property relieve Ramona. Property relieve Ramona.
thank you, ma'am, 'cause you.
You're looking great. Yes, sir. That's good. I like right there.
Make money.
Boss man.
Well, thank you for coming. You know, I had to. Get the stuff over. It took me 2 years, but you know, I heard that thing. You know, it took 2 years, but it was the best thing ever.
Two of them, please. We got some already opened up, baby.